All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing good on this Friday. Doing better than the
Yes.
market. Because welcome to the apocalypse, everybody.
The world is ending.
It's
Oh,
all
man.
over. I hope you
Yeah.
had fun. It's it's all done.
Yeah. It's that's the sentiment, at least at the moment, in many of eyes here. So so yeah.
And Percival caught on already. I was he said we need to see the rest of my shirt. I found this shirt in the bottom of my drawer, and my daughter hated this shirt because it's the Ass Family: wise, smart, lazy, kiss, and dumb. And it was my youngest child that hated this shirt. Can you guess why? I happen to have, I've got 3 kids. So,
She's not on there. Oh, she's on there.
well,
No, the little one. Yeah. So I can't see.
yeah, she didn't. She figured that was supposed to be her, and she really didn't like this shirt.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay, she's the
I,
last one. Ouch.
somebody bought it for me, and I thought it was hilarious. It just happened to be 5 people,
Yeah.
and we have a family of 5, and I can't blame her.
And
So,
let her know that was a random order. She could have been the other one. It didn't
yeah.
matter. It's gonna be.
Anyways,
She was not
so
gonna like it either way.
so I've probably had this shirt for, like 15 years and never wore it because when she was younger, she thought it was very rude and mean. So I didn't wear it. Now that she's an adult, I figured maybe she could enjoy it. But
She might be past the trauma. Yeah, we'll see.
I guess. Anyways, all
Oh man, good stuff. Friends,
right.
look at this sea of red. I mean,
Sea of
everything
red, yeah.
and everything is down. As a SPY, we'll take a quick look at it before we get to our year's economic calendar. The SPY is just red again for it's the second day, right? Because this is a gap up and actually closed higher than the day before. It's the second back-to-back red day, but a little bit of a sell-off, which I know people are not gonna forget that easily. Yesterday, massive red candle, and today we are starting with the same sell-off that we had almost yesterday, right? Almost same distance, maybe a little bit less in percentage, obviously because the price is lower, so percentage will be less. But distance-wise and visually, seems like we already sold off as much as yesterday from these pre-market highs. So again, panic starts settling in, Peter. People are running for the window. Yeah, what are we doing here?
I don't know. It seems like it's pretty desperate out there.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is red today, but this stuff can turn around as quickly as it drops. But it's pretty drastic, I'll have to admit. So far this morning, um, it's not. I don't know why. Is it the Epstein files? Is it like what's happening? I don't see anything from an economic perspective. I mean, our government workers are supposed to be back at the job. That being said, we don't have any data yet. Looking at the economic calendar, and there was supposed to be a bunch of data. Yesterday normally would have been the CPI data, which means usually it's followed today with the PPI, the producer price index. That's not available. The retail sales data not available. We got a couple of Fed speakers, so it's quiet from an economic data. Frankly, you know. Nothing's really changed, but usually this is what happens, right? If I look back just in my own trading memories, Carlos, usually what happens is we get the fall, then we get everybody speculating about what caused the fall, and then a little bit later we get everybody declaring it a fall or repressed recession, depression, whatever you want to call it, and all of that usually follows long after the event actually occurs. So you
Yeah.
know, if nobody ever really knows, nobody ever predicts it. I mean, there's always, we've been saying it's got to happen sometime, right? Eventually it's going to happen. It doesn't necessarily mean this is the time, by the way, right? I mean, I've seen this play before. So,
Yeah.
and
And
if I
we've been through a
really,
few of these
yeah,
hectic
I mean,
sell-offs, right?
really what you need to do is call up like a spy chart or the cues, or you call up a market chart and just zoom out a little bit. Just zoom
A little
out.
bit
Like,
more, a little more, more, Peter,
yeah,
more.
that's enough. I mean, look,
Yeah.
I mean, you're still in 2025. Look at where we are. you know keep your boots on, people. We're okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's fun to talk about, oh my God, the sky is falling, but we're still airborne here. Yeah. So, it's a pullback. It's going to happen. It's in fact healthy. It's good for the market. You need these things. And I mean, again, just look at this chart that we have on the screen here. We've had these pullbacks. If there was one here there was one in late May, there was one in June, there was one in July, there was one in August. I mean, every month. There's sort of been one of these at some point in time. So, I'm thinking, whatever. Let's get some trading in.
Yeah, for us, this is really amazing. For us day traders, we are going to get some volatility today. I'm
Yeah.
hoping. It was fun yesterday, and I'm hoping that we're going to have some fun today. So for us, it's amazing. And again, I think the only people that could probably be hurting if you're short term swing trading, that could be very difficult. And I always found that very difficult. But long term,
Yes.
you're not worried. Keep buying. This is a buying opportunity.
Yes.
Somebody mentioned in chat, it's a Black Friday sale. That's what they're looking at it. Early Black Friday sale, which by the way, I'm starting to get alerts for already. I'm like, we're 2 weeks
Yeah.
away.
So
Yeah,
have I.
it feels like it gets
I
earlier and earlier every time. Like just make it November sale. Like it's just crazy. But anyway,
the,
yeah.
all right. So now that you brought it up, see,
Oh,
this
I
is
know.
because
I
I
opened the
started to
door.
see. Yeah, I've started to see the ads too now, and this
Yeah.
is my big complaint here. I live in Canada. I am Canadian. We don't have Black Friday. And yet every single store has Black Friday. Like, we don't have the Thanksgiving. It's not a thing here. Stop it. Anyways, the retailers, any excuse, right, to put on a sale. And then
Oh
the
yeah.
sale prices are never good. They're
Yeah.
always horrible. They jack up the prices and then they say, "Oh, we're giving you a discount," right? It's like the old bait and switch. Do you remember when I remember electronics stores used to do this all the time, where they would have like massive sale, right? They'd like sell it. It was usually TVs or something they would sell for this discounted price, and you'd show up and there'd be like three of them. There's only literally 3 units available, and then
Yeah.
and then they have this lineup of people. All now they're hoping that they're all just gonna, while I'm here, I might as well buy a regular priced one. Anyways,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure they get a lot of people on that.
Grant.
That's. I mean, that's Walmart's model, right? Walmart wants to get you in the door to buy something that they're
Yeah.
probably losing money on, but then they'll sell you, I don't know, a deodorant where they make 78%
Right.
profit, right? So that's their model. Get you in the store and you'll buy something that's gonna make them money. It's no question. Um, all right, friends. Let's do this. Let's go look at a Walmart. It's a trap at Walmart. Yeah, they'll get you. They'll get you, man. They know what they're
It's a
doing.
trap.
It's a trap. Where is that? We have that thing somewhere there.
Trap.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
Peter's rants on Black Friday. Let's jump to our sell-off day today. Gappers is brought to you by TradingTerminal.com, friends. We've got a couple in the green here. CDTX. All eyes on you, since you're the only thing green with Circle of Internet. CDTX. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah. No, keep going. Go
No,
through what
no.
you're doing. I was just going to come back to something. So,
Okay. All right. We'll come back to it. They're up. They're huge, man. They're up 105%, 3.3 million shares traded. You can see on this daily here, just gapping up massively. Pre-market and after hours looks horrendous, right? I mean, there's just not a whole lot of volume. This is a bio, Peter. It might. No, it's got some movement. I'm not sure. But doesn't look great. Probably not going to trade it. 19 million shares flow, so a little bit on the lower side. Might not watch this one.
yeah, I don't think it's I don't think it's worth watching. It's not a great trading stock. Sidara Therapy. If I can't say it, I don't like to trade it. But anyways, and it's an acquisition deal. It looks like Merck is going to be buying them out. And I mean, look at that. Look at that price action, right? So whenever it goes flat like that, it's usually not a good sign. I know the purchase price. I don't see the actual per share price. It's supposed to be $9.2 billion deal. And it doesn't really matter. It's not tradable.
Yeah, yeah, it's really not. All right, we'll leave that one alone. Let's jump on to the next one here. Circle of Internet, my friends, and see what we got going on. Circle of Internet up 2% this morning. 2.1 million shares trade, as you can see here. And man, they've been just getting hammered here, guys. Look at this. All of November. Started end of October. You can see here just red candle after red candle, a little bit of pullback, and then more sell-off. So and notice the volume the last 2 days increasing quite a bit compared to the other days, right? So it's a big significant jump in the last 2 trading days. So definitely getting some action here. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, well, while the market is in free fall, Circle got an upgrade. JP Morgan upgraded the stock this morning, saying that you need to buy it, and they believe that there's a minimum target price of $100. And if I look around here, different analysts have prices from 100 is actually one of the lowest. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. With the higher prices being around $200. So there's a lot of expectations that Circle is going to be able to increase in price. I'm not so convinced. But I mean, I guess it's been there before, but we really fell off, right? I mean, this thing was fun. I remember when it first opened. Well, it wasn't that long ago, but it was just earlier in the summer, and this thing opened, and we just skyrocketed right all the way up to what, $300, something like that, if I remember. And then we came right back down, and it just sort of feels like it just was a flash in the pan. But I don't know, maybe it'll come back. I I I don't see their business driving that much enthusiasm. But hey, they're green today when no one else is.
Yeah, they're doing at least the spotlight doing something right. But yeah, there it is. I like the pre-market activity here. I think it has some good volume. I like the red to green move they done as well. So I don't know. Maybe something to keep an eye on. Maybe popcorn stock. I just want to see what it does. Let's see what it does here. Popcorn stock for you, my friend. Let's see if we can get something going out of it. All right, that covers our gap up. There's only 2 on here. There's not really a whole lot. One of them really not tradable. Circle of Intent, depending on how you trade, could do something. I have it more because it's the only one green on my screen today, and we'll see what it does here. So Peter, we'll go to you. What else do you have? And also, you had a thought you wanted to bring up.
I was looking up the history of Black Friday. So I don't have anything else on the green. Well, that's not true. There is one that's sort of green. Space, the Final Frontier. SPCE, Virgin Galactic, did have earnings after the close yesterday. Their earnings numbers don't really matter. It doesn't really matter if they make money or lose money, really. So, but they did have earnings. They happen to be moderately green, so take that for what it's worth. But I used to like trading these guys. It was fun, but they just don't get the volume anymore. They really don't. They're only trading a couple million shares a day overnight here. Their volume's low despite earnings. So yeah, unfortunate.
It's so
Unfortunate.
funny. We are, yeah, Peter. You got us. You got us trained here. Every time the word space comes up, we're
Space.
expecting that. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
expecting space, and even
Yeah.
in chat, people are saying
I know.
space. So that's the thing, guys.
Yeah.
Whenever Peter says space, we need the space. We need that. It
My
reminds me of the Office episode. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, where the guy he clicks on something, he makes a noise, and gives him like a candy or a Tic
a
Tac or
mint or
something,
whatever. Yeah.
a mint, right? And he keeps clicking, and he
Yeah.
does it for like I guess like a whole 2-3 weeks. Then he starts just clicking, and the guy's just putting his hands out. Dwight, I think it's his name, putting his hands out.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I would love to try that. I would love to be back in the
Yes.
office to try stuff like
You,
that, but not as a
you found me
manager,
out.
like just
You
as
found me
a
out. I've been
regular.
running
Yeah.
a mass social experiment using Pavlovian techniques on all of you, and
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
man, again, I would love to go back to be an employee and just be in an office, not as a manager, just an employee. I think I'll have a lot of fun. Probably get fired, but I think it'll be so
just to
much
have
fun.
fun.
Like just part time, couple of
Right.
hours. I think it'll be awesome. But go ahead, Peter. What you got for us?
Right. Black Friday. So we talk about it, and the what's the history behind it? I mean, the rumor is that this is that is the day, that Friday, when retailers go into the black, right? So they've been operating at a loss the entire year until Black Friday, when they go into the black and start making profit, which is not really true. That's an interesting background. But anyway, the first known use of Black Friday is actually stock related. There were two financiers, Jay Gould and Jim Fisk, who attempted to corner the gold market back in 1869. And basically, they were buying up all the gold, trying to corner the market, drive prices through the roof, so they could then, force everybody to buy from them and sell it back. And it was Friday, September the 24th, 1869, when it all collapsed on them, and it caused a whole bunch of bankruptcies across Wall Street and in the U.S. And that was the original use of the term Black Friday. So
Yep.
so there you go.
Yep.
Random piece of arcane history for you.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go, friends. Okay, let's continue. Let's dive into the sea of red here, as you can see here. Everything's just red, red, red. And it's funny, I got my
Yeah.
gappers list from yesterday, my watch list from yesterday that we built together with Getty, QBTS, AMD, Nvidia, Open, MU, Tesla, all down, all gapping down this morning. I mean, the entire, in fact, like, can I show you? How can I show you? How can I bring this over? If you see this here, it's just a massive sea of red right over here. There it is. And I messed the order up. So, guys, if you do this, because there's a good thing here that happens. If you click on the top here and by mistake, you filter this by any sort of way. If you want to get it back to the way you had it, just right click at the bottom here. You're not going to be able to see it, but actually, I'll show you. Right click at the bottom and just click on user define. This is on Dash Trader Pro. And what it does is it puts it back in the order that you actually wrote this in on, right? And enter them in. So this is usually my primary list, and anything that you guys bring up, I'll add over here. And this is usually my secondary list. So if by mistake you click on the symbol and it throws this off, that could be messy for you. For me, the way I do my thing. So just go in here, hit user define, and there it is. It puts it back to the way you had it. So found that very useful many times here.
Oh yeah.
All right.
That was a big one when we figured that out a few years ago, because I remember, like, you just click on the wrong thing and you're like, oh geez, I
It
gotta
just
rebuild the
throws.
whole list.
Yeah,
And
I used to
I
delete
used to
it.
do it manually.
I used to delete it and redo it. It's a pain in the
Yeah.
butt, And you should define,
Yeah.
like,
And
see,
it was
this is
it
go
was
ahead,
one of
Peter.
our members. It was
Yeah,
one of our members in the room that knew that trick and shared it with us. And I'm telling you, it was a
I
godsend.
mean,
'Cause,
think about it. When would you
yeah,
ever think that user-defined list would have meant
yeah,
original? Yeah, it's just it just doesn't make sense, but it does now
yeah,
that we know what it does.
yeah.
All
As
right,
long as you
friends.
know what to hit.
Yeah. Yep. Let's jump into our gap down list. Here it is. First one, TSSI this morning. We are down 41%, 449,000 shares traded. And just look at this massive drop here. So not one that's tradable, very light volume. Even with this drop, for the most part, on the daily, it's extremely light. Float on this bad boy is going to be 16 million. So again, I think today we're going to find better stuff to look at. And I think at the top of this list, Peter, because I don't want to spend too much time going through probably a lot of crap. I think there's going to be a lot on here that is not going to be better than some of the stuff at the bottom, like our Open that has been in play. QBT Quantum is in play. We had them on as well. They traded very well, like some of the Rigetti and QBTS. Nvda, beautiful sell-off. I think today might be a, usual suspects list. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so, because as you said, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's on here that is just there because the whole market's down and it's getting hit harder, but it's probably low float stuff. This TSSI is a good example. They had earnings. They actually got a good quarter. But it happens to be down 40%, but no volume. So I think we just look at the usuals. One that is on my mind is I did notice on the list KRRO. I'm not recommending that one, by the way, but it was on our list yesterday, if you remember. And yesterday was the big gap. It's funny how it's down 11% today, which looks like nothing after yesterday. Remember this thing was $30 yesterday? It
Yeah.
seems to be it
Yeah.
seems to be well behind it now. Look at that. Ooh, that's not good. Anyways, yeah, if you were holding this in your portfolio, not happy. Um, but anyways, one for that had earnings after the close last night that we were looking at was Applied Materials, AMAT. They beat their numbers in the quarter, however, provided lower than expected guidance and are down today. You know, this might be a potential. The volume is surprisingly low today, only 200,000 shares traded. So I don't think that that's going to make my top list here. Like you said, the usuals, Carlos. We have 8 million shares traded on Nvda, almost 8 million traded on Tesla. Tesla down big, opening today, or at least sitting right now at $380. I mean, it
Yeah.
feels like just yesterday when this was a $400 stock. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
it
It
was.
was.
And we were watching this thing head towards, and we're like, oh my God, it might get to 400. Well, it did. Remember when this opened, we were watching it at 420, at the open, and then yeah, it sold off pretty much all day or most of the day. I mean, by mid-afternoon is when it got to its low point and made a slight recovery back over 400 for the close, but it's well below it now and heading south. So. Yeah, I think you just want to, pick whichever one you like. I don't know that it matters today. I feel like everything's going to move in correlation. That's the most likely outcome. The question is that correlation going to be continued sell-off, or is it going to make a bounce and move higher?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. So I see, members in the room are mentioning some other stocks. There's lots of stuff to pick from, right? Robin Hood, Oklo, those are, those are some of the candidates that actually might be interesting trades today because they're almost
Hmm.
secondary to the big ones, right? The Nvidias, the Teslas, the Meta, the Google, Apple. They're all the big ones where a lot of focus goes on when you get big market changes. Sometimes you can get the independent movement from sort of the second tier stuff, right? The Oklo Rigetti, maybe, right? Or QBTS or Robinhood, stocks like that sort of are more on the fringes of the active stocks. They might get a little bit better independent movement. But I'm not sure that I'm looking for independence today. I'm happy to trade with the crowd if the crowd is going to move things nicely, right? I'll take a nice predictable move if we're granted that.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah, but looking at this gappers list, friends, I mean, let's go through a few more. STUB. We'll see what's happening here. This is down. It's just ugly. It's just ugly. I mean, it's really nice to see here. StubHub.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's a mess. So, earnings. I didn't even know this thing was. I didn't even know this thing was a public ticker. I didn't know they had a StubHub had a ticker. So it looks like
Yeah.
recent IPO actually. Oh, recent IPO. I don't remember talking about this one.
Oh.
Back at
I
that
find
time.
it
So
I find it amazing to see StubHub, a legitimate company, when, I
yeah,
keep in mind way back in the day, I used to work for Ticketmaster and
right.
working there, the StubHub like companies, they were literally guys standing on the streets hawking our tickets. And, I used to fight against them. I've got a news. I got myself on the front page of the paper where they were talking about me fighting scalpers and, trying to eliminate. Now they've accepted scalping as part of the business. StubHub basically grew out of scalper culture, which
Yeah,
I find fascinating. Anyways, but
yeah.
it is what it is.
Um, so yeah, we'll leave that one alone. And yeah, I'm just gonna scroll down here. We talked about KRRO. What else? Some minerals, some earth minerals here, or rare metals. Better
Yeah.
said. Open is on here. See what Open is doing. So I know Open was in play yesterday. So let's see what's taking place here this morning.
People were talking
8.9
about open
million.
yesterday.
Yeah, 8.9 million shares traded. I did have it on my list. I didn't really, I I think we were looking for a breakout, but we never got our signal off the VWAP, so we never took
No.
it. It failed, and yeah, today's down. I like the volume on it. Might be a good secondary, right? My list is gonna probably be usual suspect. I already have Tesla up there. I got Circle of Internet just to remind myself to take a look at it. Open could be a good secondary on here for me, so I'll put it on the list there just in case. Peter, is there anything to it, Peter, given the volume, or just overall market shenanigans?
JP Morgan seems to be happier these days. Remember when they were like downgrading everything they could get their hands on? It seems
Yeah.
like they had an upgrade we already talked about earlier. Now on Open Door, they provided some positive comments, some little bullish sentiment on it, thinking that the company is, finished their transformation successfully and are on a path to profitability, to quote from their statement. So, yeah, it's open. If anywhere, it might get some move today, positive movement to the top side. Um, like you said, Carlos, I mean, I said it's one of those secondary type stocks that I think might be interesting to take a look at. I'm still thinking at the opening bell, we might get a surprise, right? Again, these days when everything is red is often when the buying opportunities happen, and things can bounce back. I mean, it's not, completely down. I'm seeing in the last few minutes a couple of, positive movements anyways on the market overall. So, it's possible. We'll see what happens.
I think it's gonna be one of those days where we just gotta really just feel out what's happening, wait and see what takes place here. Let's take a look at I want to look at Rigetti. Just want to look at some of the stuff that I had yesterday. With Quantum, we do have some on our gappers list today. Like if you go on here, you do see, where was it? QUBT. You see Rigetti right on here. Some crypto stuff as well, CLSK, Clean Spark. So there's a few sectors that are showing up here more than others. Hood, which I do like, so I'll probably take a look at Hood. And again, just the list goes on. We won't be able to go through everything. So we do have Tesla, which is all the way down there as well. So let's look at Quantum, right? Let's look at Quantum. Here's a Rigetti, Rigetti Spaghetti. We're down 7.1. Also good volume, 4.5 million shares traded. I do want to have one of these on my list. Peter, is this one that you like more than another today?
No, no. I mean, it's either QBTS or Rigetti. Those are the go-to ones. I would say I usually default to Rigetti only because it trades on the Nasdaq versus on the Nasdaq versus
Yeah.
QBTS. Actually, no, sorry. What was I looking
No,
at?
you're right. Rigetti's in the Nasdaq, and
Okay, yeah,
QBTS is on the New York
is
Stock Exchange. You're right. Mm-hmm.
on the NYSE. Okay.
Yep.
It was my data was not updating here fast enough. So yeah, so that I would default to Rigetti just because of that, but otherwise they both actually, tend to trade fairly well with similar volumes. So
Yeah. I'm gonna add Rigetti to the main list for me. I think I want to see
the
where that goes today, and keep an eye on that one.
the other
Go
one
ahead, Peter.
that some of our members had mentioned yesterday was Oracle. Again, amazing to me that it's still in the conversation. Oracle now has lost all of the
Oh
gains.
yeah.
Yeah, remember that big gap when they had their big announcement, and now they've lost it all. So their volume is still higher. Interestingly, just look at that volume over the last 2 months. It still remains higher than it used to be, which means it's still in play. But I'm thinking that maybe now is when it's going to start to go back to its old ways. The fun might be over there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is, man. Look at that. So don't know how well it's going to trade today, but it's been moving down pretty nicely here. It actually never had a chance. Looks like, I mean, it tried, but if you look at this every time, a
It tried.
newer low, but it's just wow. All
Yeah.
right. So if you like that one, definitely want to look at. I gotta say, I do like the daily, even the pre-market on this one is it's nice. It's nice. Gonna add it to the secondary. We'll see what we can get out of that one as well. All right, friends, let's go to you guys. I'm gonna leave some space here. Oh, Hood. I want to look at Hood before we moved on. Let's take a look at Hood here, because this one is another one that can trade very well, can move very nice. You don't got to take a boatload of shares, because you can literally get $5 out of this thing fairly quickly, not easily, but fairly quickly. So obviously five at the best extreme, usually about between $2 or $3 or not. hard to do on this one. So you got to be careful with the number of shares. But man, look at this, down 5.5, 2.1 million shares traded. Very active pre-market right now. And again, I think when this is in play, it's nice. So I'm going to add this one to my primary list because I don't want to be too tech heavy. I think all that stuff is going to move together. So as I have Tesla up here, I will add Nvda and some other ones. I can think of the other ones like Apple and anything else that might be on that tech side. But yeah, Peter, before we go to everybody else, anything else you like to cover before we go to the chat?
Other than the stuff we've already talked about, no, I got nothing new to call out. Yep. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what this open brings us. It is a Friday. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get, Carlos.
Yes, interesting, man. What a great way to get into this this weekend, or not so great way to get into this weekend. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We're sitting at 112 likes. We'd love to be a little bit higher. With almost 630 people watching. It's funny. You know, on red days in the market, we get more viewers. People wake up, it's like, oh, what the heck is going on? And they start looking for things. They log in here. On green days, when things are all-time high, so like everybody's like, I could sleep another hour. I don't got to check on anything. But when they wake up and they see red, it wakes people up. They jump to the chat, see what the heck is going on. Well, I need to cover, sell, or whatever needs to take place here. So it's so interesting how that works.
Well, yeah, maybe it's the old it's like the train wreck theory, right? Everybody slows down to see the accident. So welcome.
Yes.
Again, welcome to the apocalypse, everyone, then. Happy to have you here. It's
Stock D-Rock, happy Friday to you and everybody else as well. You know that autonomous vehicles are going to get rid of that. They're going to get rid of that rubber necking because they won't slow down.
Yeah, right.
Once you fall, they're just going to keep going. So I can't wait for that. That'll be nice. They'll keep going, and they're not going to slow down for that. And I think Waymo had an announcement this week where they're doing their first highway test. So they're going to get approved to go on highways. Right now, no full autonomous goes on highways. So that's going to be getting approved. So, that's one I won't take just yet. Because it's not about the car itself. It's about the person that's going to cut you off. Is that car going to do the right thing fast enough? That's the problem. So careful there. All right, friends.
I noticed on the Gap Up list, Warner Brothers just jumped up on there.
It did?
WBD. Not with a lot of volume.
BD.
Oh,
okay.
It was there.
Oh, it's back. It's on and off. I see it.
There
it's
you
back
go.
now.
Now it's back. Yeah. Again, it's because the volume is so low that, every time there's some shares trade, it goes green, red, or, over or below the 2%, really. And that I don't know if that's going to be interesting today, but the rumors are starting to swirl about bids coming in next week for because they indicated they might be interested in selling assets, and the expectation is that Paramount, Comcast, Netflix are all going to get into a bidding war for Warner Brothers assets. So it's tough to know how that's going to play out, but it could be good in the short term because people may want to speculate ahead of those bids coming in, right? Because you've got to anticipate the only way bids get accepted by their board is if they are above the current price, which means that often that can drive the stock price up in anticipation. So it might be worth putting an eye on it. Right now, doesn't look that exciting. So again, this is very speculative at this point, but know that's coming. Buy the rumor. Yep, exactly.
Absolutely. All right, friends, let's go into chat and see what you guys like this morning and what you're watching. Maybe we can pull off something here to add to our list. Good morning, Francis. Hector, good morning. RBH176224. Did you come from YouTube? You don't have to put those numbers, but it looks like a YouTube number username there. But welcome, my friend. You did come from YouTube. Okay, so you kept the same login. Awesome. What tickers you guys like this morning? Steve, CIFR. I've seen this one before plenty of times. I'm not a big fan of it, but let's take a look. Cypher Mining down 8.2 this morning, 3.4 million shares trade. Look at the sell-off in the last couple of days. Again, tons of volume. Pre-market is active. I'm not sure. Peter, what's your thoughts on it?
No, I don't like it.
It's not the thing. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Steve's got the numbers. Good gap, ATR, price ratio. Yeah, man. If you like it, it's clearly it's moving. It doesn't fit my criteria, but definitely take a look at it. Um, what else? What else we have here? What else? Well, not a whole lot in the chat, and I get it. I get it. Hood, we looked at Oklo. It's the other one that's also on our gap down list. Let's take a look at Oklo. Good movement here, down 6.7, 895,000 shares traded. Yeah, clearly in play, friends. So if you do like this one, definitely watch. I feel like I just have too much already. I feel like there's so much,
PLTR
PLTR we
potential. I
haven't looked
see.
at. Yeah, it's a tough day to pick the one that's gonna be the right horse today, right? So hopefully they all are, and we all can take advantage of whatever we're watching here. But look at PLTR. This looks good. Now, for me personally, if I had a choice between PLTR and Oklo, although they look exactly the same, I have a way better history with PLTR than Oklo by far. So for me, I'm gonna go with a PLTR for that reason. But they both look identical. Like if you look at this pre-market action, and even the one you have, Steve, the one you have, same thing. It looks almost identical to what's going on here, right? So if you look at this one, PLTR, you look at Oklo, and many things that look like this gentleman right here, or gal. We don't know what the spy is, right? It could be a gentleman or a gal. We don't know. Let's be,
Individual.
yeah. Thing. Here it's the same thing, right? So that's what you're getting. So I'm usually when this happens, we end up going with the stuff that we're comfortable with. PLTR is one that I'm very, very comfortable with. So your Oklo is not wrong. Your CIFR is not wrong. I'm just gonna go with some of the stuff that I have taken to the range and I can hit the target with. So that's what I'm gonna do here. All right. So let's see here. PLTR. Perfect. What else? What else, friends? Anything else? Hood we have. That's good. Yeah, and that too. Good point. Oklo's spread is much trickier. So although the charts look the same, their volume is a lot less. It's not a good comparison because their volume is almost PLTR's got almost 4 times the volume, right, or five, whatever. And the spread is obviously not better for Oklo than it is for PLTR. So that's also something to consider as well. And also price range. Like if I look at some of the again, just give you examples today of how we pick our selection. CIFR is a $13 stock. I like stuff better above 20, 15, and a little bit better, right, for me. So higher price is a little bit better, I think. And because there's no scientific reason besides I looked at my Interactive Brokers numbers and stuff under $20. My journal says I typically tend to lose on those, right? The gains are not the best on those. So anything between 20 and higher, I perform better. And Peter, those numbers are actually there. You got to be careful with those numbers because as we get better as traders, for example, we'll take you as an example, right? You're an all-day trader. You trade afternoon. You never really traded the market open. But probably when you tried this 8 years ago, it was probably not great. Now that you got all this experience, coming back to it, it's a whole different ballgame. So don't be afraid to try new things. I'm talking to myself here. I should not be afraid to try new things because I might be better at it now than what I think I was when I first started. So trying to keep in mind and to keep working on, right? We try to be as realistic as possible, but that's something that also can be a reason why, right? You can kind of get comfortable and just keep dabbling in that same area.
And react to market conditions. I mean, as I was sharing with my bootcamp group last night, since I had my bootcamp team meeting, we were talking, like, Carlos, yesterday I was here all day and I was ready to trade all day. I only had 2 groups of trades. I traded
Yep.
those 3 trades on AMD right at when the opening 3 minutes of the market. And then I traded in the last 8 minutes of the market on Microsoft. That's it. I was here all day. I found nothing I liked in between. It was a big down day. You'd think as a short bias trader, but I'm a reversal trader. There were no reversal opportunities. I was watching Tesla all day waiting for a reversal, and as I was showing people, it failed a dozen times. I was watching my strategy, or watching the stock, waiting for my strategy to hit. I see the first couple of elements and then would hit a lower low. All right, broke my rules. Watch it again, right? Volume, low of day, retest, broke a new lower low. Like, it just kept doing that. So I'm like, all right, it's not my day. Previously, I would have broken my rules. I finally would have got frustrated and taken it anyways because I wouldn't want to miss the bounce. And then I probably would have had a bunch of losses. So I actually was really happy with my day yesterday, despite being only a small green day, because I avoided making bad decisions. I actually ended up making good decisions throughout the day, even though I only traded in the first few minutes and the last few minutes. Sometimes that's the way it goes. So
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Um, all right, friends, let's I think that's it. I mean, I think my list is done, man. Tesla,
Yeah.
Rigetti,
The,
Hood, and POTR. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I think tight is and smaller is better today. Leave some flexibility for whatever
yeah.
can happen later.
I just in YouTube, a lot of conversation right now. Um, the about books to read and material to review. Let me give a perspective here. Not a rant, but maybe a little perspective since we have a minute or two. Um, you will not learn to trade from reading a book. It's sort of like learning to play soccer by reading a book or learning to be a surgeon by reading a book. It's not going to happen. Books are great to provide background information and technical understanding. But actually learning to trade, in my opinion, you can only do by being in the markets, by being present, by having the ball on your foot, by playing the sport, right? And how do you play this sport? By actively watching the markets. This is the type of day where you're going to get much more educational value by watching this market intently, trying to figure out what is it doing, what is it telling me, right? How do I interpret that? Does it match with my strategy or not? Geez, am I seeing the signals for my strategy to work successfully? Am I seeing the failure signals? These are great learning markets. So books are great. They're good educational. But if you really want to learn to trade, just watch the market. Watch charts. Ultimately, that to me that's the best way to do it. So just keep that in mind, right? Because often we focus so much on, well, what book should I read next? What's the best book? What am I going to get? They're great. They're great for background information. They're very useful. Pick up Andrew's book. There's all sorts of great classic books out there that you can read that give you interesting thought processes, but understanding how to apply them and really sort of the detailed learning, in my opinion, watching the markets. No better education.
Absolutely, you gotta get out on the road, man. I had a youngster who I was teaching him how to drive first time out, and I have you driven anything before? He's like, yeah, I done the PlayStation wheel, and I'm like, just looked at him like, this is no, you shouldn't even bring that up. It's nowhere near the same. Nowhere near the same. And we did. We went out, took him out a couple of hours, and same thing. He's turning too hard, he's turning too soft, the
Yeah.
brake, all this other stuff they do. And he's like, wow, there's nothing like the game. I'm like, no shit. No, of course it's not. Gotta get out there and do it, man. It's gotta get out in the world.
Yeah.
He's young. He's young, youngster,
Yeah.
new generation. And yeah, but he got out and realized that there's a difference once you hit the rubber to the road there. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, friends. I'm set, man. I like what I have here. Peter, anything else before we go to our announcements?
No, I think we've covered it enough, guys. Just again, be gentle with yourself today. It is one of these weird days in the market where it could be tons of opportunity, or you could be sitting here finding absolutely nothing to do. So be ready. Just be ready. It feels like again one of those. It's going to be a polarizing day, I think.
Yeah. All right, friends, let's take a look here. We can head over to barebootraders.com where you can scroll down. If you click on webinars, you can scroll down and see what's happening in our community. Today is Sell Off
Yeah.
Friday, and here's what's going on today.
Yeah, Fridays. So Bearable Trading Community, we usually don't have webinars on Fridays. We give everybody the day off as you ease into the weekend. So maybe you can focus on the markets, or if you want to pick up a book, that's fine too. But I said, I use today by watching the markets would be my advice. If you are though part of our boot camp, Peak Capital Trading, our next boot camp is going to kick off in January, and it's closer than you would think. I know 2026. It still sounds like a sci-fi date to me, but we're almost there. But January 2026 will be our next boot camp, as this current one is starting to wind down, although we still have a good 3 weeks left in it. If you're interested, if you've already signed up, maybe I should say, for the January boot camp, then you want to attend the prep meeting that is happening today at noon. You would have an invite already for that. You'd know where to go. You go to the P Capital Trading website. You would go into the members area and then find the webinar link, and you can click on there. It's a Google Meeting link, and you can can join Mike, who will take you through the prep meeting, because it's never too early to get ready for it. The intent of this is to give you the leg up, right? How do you get ahead of your studies, so to speak, so you're ready for when this boot camp kicks off? So attend that if you've already signed up. If you're not and you're interested, go to pcapitaltrading.com and you can find out about that boot camp. It's coming soon, sooner than you might think. And yeah, if you leave it too late, it may get sold out. So we usually do fill all the spots. So think about it. If you wanted to join us at Bearable Traders, well, this community is always here and available, ready to have some fun and to give you knowledge in trading. Join us at the website, bearabletraders.com, and you can find the membership options down at the bottom of that intro page. And you can take any one of the offers that we've got there, from the intro right through to the Elite Annual. And yeah, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. All right.
Yeah.
If you're asking the prices, go to the website. It will give you all the prices. I don't know what this boot camp is. I mean, you get a funded trading account. My goodness.
A good man. Oh, there you are.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say he was a good man. I think I got disconnected.
The sneeze came.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a funded trading account. You get obviously the 3 months of in-depth education and learning. We take you through a structured learning process by which you build a trade book. You build the psychological strength to be able to manage that trade book. We take you through how to, sort of get a number of trades so you can start to do analytics on your trading to understand what's going well, where you can improve. It's really quite it's intended to sort of build some discipline. That's the whole point of it, right? In 3 months, we will not make you a professional trader. Let's be clear on that. But in 3 months, we can give you the skills by which you can trade professionally over the rest of your trading career. So yeah, go there. You can find out what it costs and how to sign up. Because I honestly don't know at this point.
I love these AI pictures. Look at these. They don't look like traders. It'll be me here with my belly and just my gray hairs. But this is AI. So AI is we need to make these guys look like actual traders.
I was looking at a picture of young Carlos in
well, that's true. Yeah.
Our newsletter. Did you see the promotional material that they put together? It looks pretty good.
It looks really good. Where is that?
That was baby Carlos in that.
Yeah, that was clean shave baby Carlos. When I actually had to look decent, presentable for my 9 to 5, especially as a manager. But yeah, can we bring that up? Let's bring that up here. We got time. Oh yeah, we got time. Here it is. Oh no, that's not it. That's something else. Get that out the way.
No.
Where is it?
Here, I'll
do you have it?
I've got it on my screen.
I forgot who sent it. Was Mike or somebody?
I have to share a screen. Where?
Yeah.
Why can't I find the?
I forgot who sent it, but I saw it and it looked really good.
Mike did. It's in the tactical. Here, I've got it on the screen. Gotcha. There it is.
Yeah, it looks really good. Did a great job with this.
Yeah, got some good stuff. Let's go down here in our material. Where's baby Carlos? I was.
Oh boy.
There he is. Oh, look at that guy.
Oh yeah, that's clean shaved Carlos. 9 to 5 office. Yeah.
Where'd he go? I lost him. There he is.
There it is.
Look at that. Looking sharp.
I was DJing a wedding.
Were you?
Well. I'm not in the office now. I'm DJing a wedding. I'm in the back. They're doing the ceremony, and I'm waiting for them to get the party started. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
There. But
all right.
If anybody asks, I am getting ready for a presentation on trading. All right, there you go.
Wow. Look at you back in your office days. That looks.
Oh yeah, that used to be my senior VP, some operations manager as well. Man, we had a great team. They got us a giant cake for Boss Day. It's a Boss Day, Peter. You know that? It's like a day for everything. There's a Boss Day, yeah.
Okay.
They were just awesome.
There you go.
They were just awesome. So, all right, friends, there you have it.
Good times.
Great times, man. Really was good time. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's get some levels and stuff in here. Let's take a look at Tsla, and we'll get all set up and going, and then we'll see what our team is watching. So Tsla's on deck. Very tight list today, friends. As you see at the bottom, primary, Tsla, Rigetti, Hood, and POTR. Will I be looking at AMD and Nvidia? Yes, I will be thinking about those, but I want to be focused today. I think it's going to be mayhem, and it's going to be a lot moving very fast. So I want to be more focused on a couple of things than just spread out all over the place here. So Rigetti, excuse me, Tesla right now, low of the pre-market sitting at 380.97 is your low of your pre-market. Look at this drop here, just insane. Towards the top, the high of the pre-market, just right where the low of the pre-market was yesterday. So I'm sorry, the low of the day yesterday. So that's pretty much covered for you there. Don't got to do anything. There's a couple of levels here that might not be cover, like this one here for 1207. It's gonna take a lot to get up there. I don't think that's happening. We might see some buying coming in, but I don't think 412 is in the books. I could be wrong. This could be a rip off your face off type Friday where things come back to where they left off yesterday. I don't know. I don't see it. 371.11 is a good one. And then towards the bottom here, we do have 357.47 as well. Let's go to our buddy Rigetti. Think about other quantum stocks too if you like them. But at Rigetti, same thing. I just want to watch a different sector than the tech stuff. 2288 is a good one here. The high of the pre-market is going to be set over at 2419. And then if you go to the bottom, we're going to have a 2188 and also 1992. And when I say tech sector, I'm really talking about the Max 7, right? Because Rigetti's clearly it's tech, right? It's quantum. But for the most part, I just want to see other than the Max 7, our usual suspects, AMD, Nvda, all that good stuff, Apple, Microsoft. We're going to be checking those out either way when you guys call them out. And then let's take a look at the next one here is Hood, right? So taking out Hood. Also, this can trade very well. Careful on the share size on this one. 112.89 is the low of the pre-market. The high is tied up with the low from yesterday as well, so don't have to worry too much about that. Previous day close towards the top, and in case we do get going, there's this area here between the highs for the last 2 trading days and the previous day close is right around here. Got a couple of stuff slamming into that. 125.29 is the price tag there that you want to have. Below the, actually, before we go there, right where the price action is, you guys see this here? I know it might be a little bit small, but right in this area, you do have a level. It's right where the price action is, 116.57. So definitely want to mark that down. You can see in the pre-market as well, we are getting some activity around that level. So you might as well have that there as well, see if anything happens. Again, not a major daily level, but I think one worth having just in case we do dabble around in that area. We can maybe find some opportunities there. And then towards the bottom, we do have 109.75 based off these days here, right? Remember, guys, these levels, if you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe. But remember, more importantly, that these levels are just an area. Right, they don't need to be exact. They won't be exact. There's just an area. It could be a couple of cents below. In some cases, if the stock moves a lot, it could be, many cents below, right, or above, right, that level. So just keep that in mind as you're planning out your strategy and your target points. All right, last but not least, our good buddy PLTR. So if I look at PLTR here again, similar action on the pre-market like everything else, right? Similar action there. If you look at the SPY, it looks pretty much the same pre-market right now. That's everything. 162.59 is a good area there. That's the low of the pre-market. Then down here, you could clearly see 157.35. Nice area there as well. Towards the top, we are looking at 168 just in case we do mess around in that area. And then above that, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. But I am going to mark down this one here. Our automatic levels are not catching this one because the way they're set here. But 177.32 looks pretty good. You definitely want to have that there. That was clearly a big area of support for this ticker, so you want to have that down there as well. Yes, we'll look at Nvidia because I probably will be messing with it as well. Again, looks like the actual SPY. We'll look at Nvidia. I know a lot of people like this one. Same thing here. Low of the pre-market 180.43. Below that, you do have an area right over here. Why did I pick this one opposed to this one or this one up here? Look how many touches you have, especially right here. See all that resistance? A lot of days opening, closing, slamming inside. Then you have it becoming support right in this area. So that's why 177.69 looks good. One more towards the bottom just in case. 173.36. And then towards the top, you're going to mark down the high of the pre-market, 185.19. So right over here, 185.19. And then above that previous day close. And then one more level, 188.88 is what you want to have there. All right, awesome. Let's get to what our team is watching this morning, Peter. What does the group have today? Oh, Slim, not a lot of people. Oh, no, I have to scroll up. There it is. Okay, we got a few.
Yeah, they're scattered in here, but they are getting their list in. Eamon's looking at AMD and Baba for longs. I'm sticking to a lot of this standard. So Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Apple, PLTR, and Rigetti are my list. Nathan's just watching the Magnificent Seven and AMD. Mike's got AMD, Apple, and Google. Jared watching Tesla and Oracle, Circle, and Nvidia. Thor's got his future contracts. He's also watching Apple, Nvidia, and Tesla. So you see, well, a lot of people sticking to sort of the old standbys because on a day like today, you're not quite sure what to take a look at. Brian is going to be watching Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, AMD, and IREN. So he's got something non-standard in IREN. We have looked at that occasionally, but never found a good trading opportunity. At least not yet on it. So we'll see. Maybe Brian will find something. He'll let us know. All right, guys, whatever you're watching, remember what I said. Trade smart. Let the opportunities come to you. If they do not present, don't force it. Not on this Friday. You don't want to take those chances. We are in a strange looking market at this point. So I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but I think we're going to get some good movement here at the open. It might die off a little quickly. It is a Friday, so that usually means that things get quiet through the afternoon. So see what we get together as we head to this open. We're 4 minutes away.
Yep, absolutely. Friends, we'll leave you here in chat. We're going to continue on YouTube. Take care. Have an amazing trading day. Okay, Brian's logging on, doing his thing here. I'm just putting my watches together. And as you know, when you're putting the watches together, it kind of, the charts goes blank for a little bit. So hood, PLTR. Yep. Oh, that's not it. Open.
What are we going to trade today, Carlos?
I don't know, man. This is exciting. The calm before the storm. Today. Well, you're excited because you just love shorting stuff. I can tell why you're excited. You just love being short. That's true.
But I like shorting things after they've had a run up, right? Usually those are my best trades, and that's certainly not where we're starting today. There's no run ups happening right now.
We could be getting into some rising devil situations that could look pretty good today.
We could.
Right? So got the sell down, got the pop, and then the continued sell off. So we could see some of that. We'll have to see. All right. Hello, Mike. Mike's in chat. Mike had a great trade yesterday.
I'm really cold today.
On Google, I think it was. It's cold. It's cold.
Yesterday, things were thawing a little bit. Today, I'm looking out the window. There's snow. And funny, I was just looking out my window, Carlos, and my zombie plant has come back to life again. I don't understand this plant. I keep this plant in my office just for entertainment purposes. My mother-in-law gave it to me and said, because we're not good with plants here in this house, and she said, you can't kill this one. And she's right. Like, I swear 2 days ago this thing was dead, and now it's got all these little things. It's growing again. It's a zombie plant. These things will die off, and then more grow. They end up like this, and then somehow it keeps coming back, and I don't understand how. Anyways, it's all right. It's good. If I can't kill it, that's a good thing. So my zombie plant. Yeah.
And these plants, man, they got a life of their own. There's some. We got a couple of plants here in the house, and I had one in my office. Beautiful thing. Put it there in the corner, and I had two, and they were just not doing well. I took them out. I'm like, we'll get rid of this, throw it out. We put it in the living room for a while. It came back. It came to life immediately. So they like certain areas where the sun hits and all this stuff. Like they got their own DNA characteristic. It's crazy. So yeah, I don't got time for that.
Apparently we're annoying SB. SBNK is saying stick to stocks only. I can't do that. I got to talk about anything that's on my mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a great place though. If you want to stick to stocks only and it gets boring after a while, Bloomberg. Go to Bloomberg.com. Those guys talk stocks all day long. Oh my God, it's the most boring thing. I do watch it in the morning, but I can only take so much of it, Peter. so much. It's like,
Uh,
okay, come on. And they repeat the same thing over and over again. Like every hour, they repeat the
uh,
same stories again. I'm like, dude, come on. 30 seconds to the market open, friends. It's like, it's try, guys. Try
yeah.
listening to Bloomberg all day long.
We're getting a
No, 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 no.
we're getting a little
Can't
bit of
happen.
move higher here on Tesla. So Tesla's actually looking like it might move higher at the open. It's got a lot of room to go up, right? 386 is the current price. Remember, yesterday we started at 420, so that's it's got $40. It could easily move to the top side if it was really interested, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen here. I don't know what to expect. AMD and Nvda. Nvida is actually above the VWAP as well and pushing a little
Hmm.
higher. All right, here we go. Here's the opening bell. A lot of topside orders here sitting on Tesla.
Yeah. All right, friends. Let's see here. Got our 1 minute. Got our 1 minute, 5 minute, and let's take a look where the action is. A lot of buying right now. It's
I
unexpected.
Carlos, I've done it. I've done it. I went long on
Long.
Tesla. I chased it here a little bit, but I just see all the topside orders. I went
Yeah.
long and took a quick partial. Just look at me. All right. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let's take another quick
Oh,
partial.
nice, nice.
What the heck? What the heck?
Bring this up, Peter, so people can see. Beautiful,
There we
man.
go. So, look,
Uh,
somebody's got to. I'm filling in for Andrew, I guess, because I waited, Carlos, all of
yeah,
17 seconds before taking this
yeah. I was.
trade.
That's a fast trade, man. It's a
So there
fast
you
trade, but
go.
I
There
like
you
it. I
go.
like it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
All right, taking another partial.
very nice, my
What
friend.
the
Very nice.
what the heck? I don't know what's happening to me, Carlos. Apparently, I'm an open trader now.
You're mad, man.
Look at me
Let's
trading
see
the
here.
open.
Tesla. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Good job, man. Great, great job. 391. What you got? $3, $4 out of that thing? Nice. Very nice. Rigetti. Oh, Rigetti. 1 minute ORB. Engulfing breakdown. I kind of like it, guys. I'm going short Rigetti. 1 minute
All right.
engulfing breakdown below the VWAP. We are short. I love this 5 minute range. Highs looking too. Look at that.
I'm
That
out
looks
of
beautiful.
Tesla already.
Yep, yep. Let's see if we can get the drop here. Um,
What do you have,
gotta
Rigetti?
stay. Yeah, Rigetti. Short Rigetti. We gotta stay
Hmm.
below VWAP though. That's the key. Gotta stay below VWAP here. This is an important candle. We need the flush right here. If we don't get it, could give us a hard time to sell off. But this would be nice to really sell down. 23.45.
Wow.
The next level.
Oh,
You
look at the
can do it.
sell off on things here.
Yeah, that should help my stock, but it's not really selling down.
Tesla drop.
Mm.
Can't believe I took that trade. I feel
It's a great
I feel
trade, man.
silly, but it worked.
It worked.
All right, let's take a look at Rigetti for you. What's Rigetti doing on
Yeah,
Atlas? Not
we'll
there's
see.
really not a lot of indication. There's a whole lot of orders up at 25, but the
Yeah,
nearer
yeah,
orders are down at 23. It's just not as big of a size. So, yeah, it's hard to
yeah.
tell.
Every time I trade Rigetti, man, it reminds me how bad this thing trades a little bit. Like it's not
Hmm.
not bad. The price action is different. The price action is very, very different. Like a Tesla is so much more fluid. Um, I don't know. So we'll see.
Wow.
We'll see.
Sell off an AMD. I should have been short AMD. That was a better move. Wow. Oh,
Yeah,
look at the pop up on
23.
Rigetti.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out
Uh,
of it. It's not working out. Yeah, we're out of this thing. So we're out of it. Uh yeah, but it's just crazy. So 40 cents loss. I thought it was worse than what it was gonna be. But yeah, it's not trading well. Not trading well at all. So we'll leave that one alone. Um Tesla. Tesla's good. Rigetti. Messi. Ah, that was a beautiful trade. I will keep taking this every time I see it because that's just our strategy. But man, didn't get the breakdown. Hood below VWAP. A weird wick at the 5 minute. PLTR. I don't know. I don't see anything I like. Oracle
Nvidia,
and
Nvidia
yeah.
is retesting VWAP here. Let's see, what does Nvidia look like? Uh,
Uh, Nvidia.
Nvidia's got a lot of orders down at 180. This
Oh, look
looks
at
it
Rigetti.
looks good for a breakdown. Uh,
Yeah, I'm thinking that, but you know what? I have a feeling this is gonna be choppy, man. I don't know. It's just
yeah. Well, we've been
you know
caught in
we,
the chop before, haven't
yes,
we?
we've been
So,
calling the chop before many times on
yeah.
Nvidia before the 30-minute mark, and I don't know. Let's see here. Rigetti did
Yeah.
recover nicely. PLTR.
Yeah. It's hard to it's hard to get a
PTR.
direction on this. I don't have a good read.
SPY is
Nice.
selling a little bit here. Oh, oh, oh. Rigetti turned out to be a good 5-minute ORB. It's trading very nice. Hood. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything I like, friends. I don't see. I think
Oh,
next one.
Rigetti really got went.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
We look at Nvidia
Well,
come back up here.
Nvidia's back up here, so
Mm-mm.
good thing I didn't decide to short that. I don't. Hmm.
I think Nvidia's gonna go, man. I think things want to go up. We want to recover a little bit here, I guess. Wow, Rigetti. You didn't give me a call. You didn't tell me you wanted to go long. Goodness. Uh, long PLTR, Jillian. Yeah, PLTR looks good. Everything is just taking off here. Everything is taking off. And I hate it because there's no good VWAP set up for a breakout. And I don't have a strategy here to join this party. And that sucks.
Hmm. And that sucks.
Yeah, I did not get no invitations to this party here.
It's weird because if I looked, this is a good example of a day. So, um, uh, the in Trading Terminal, we've got this tool called Atlas that gives you visualization of market volumes, and it often is very useful, right? Because it helps show you where the volumes are sitting. That would work on an, I'll say a normal day. Remember, we were saying coming into this market, it feels like, I guess I was sort of feeling like this is going to be a little bit of a everything's moving the same type day, which means you don't necessarily need and you don't see the volumes. They just don't show themselves as much. And today's a day where frankly Atlas is not that useful because it's not really
Yeah.
showing us where the volume sits because it doesn't need to because everything is just moving as a block. Like if you really
Yeah.
look at, I'm looking at all my charts here: Nvidia, AMD, Meta, Amazon, the SPY, the Qs. They all look the same. The charts look pretty much identical. Even PLTR and Rigetti, the charts look roughly the same, right? You got the first minute pop on the market, drop for the next couple of minutes, then to the high of day. They all did the exact same thing.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Circle of Infinite looks interesting. It's the only one going down, breaking the low the previous day close. Um
you didn't put an option in there for neither, Carlos, because I prefer the days that don't gap up or down.
oh, I did not. You're right. I went
Yeah.
extreme here.
All right.
Yeah, so what do we have
I'm
so
gonna say
far? So
gap up. I like
yes.
gap up days because I like to short sell, so I need the gap up so
Yep.
it'll then sell off. But,
So far 70% prefer to trade gap up days. There it is.
well, and Hemu Jabata, I'm saying your name wrong, I know, but yes, you're right. Fear has a high correlation. You're right. That's exactly what happens, right? The usually when you get these big market moves, everything tends to work together, which is why I prefer days that don't gap up or down, right? Because the sideways movement can lead to at least independent more sort of directed movement per stock as opposed to just the whole market moving as a group. So,
I think Circle of Internet is looking to sell off. I want to see if I get a good entry. It is not the best stock, so careful on the share sizing, but I think we're getting a drop here. The price action, love to drop below the V up. Would love to get in at 82.80, so then my stop can be like 83.60, right? Give it almost $1. If I to get in here, stop will have to be 82.20. It's not ideal. Too close to the V up, but I think there's some selling coming. I'm gonna try it. We'll get in. I'm gonna short Circle of Internet here. We're short and stop loss 83. I could get away with 83.30. 83.25. No, 83.25. Let's see. Get away with that. It's almost a little bit more than $1. Let's see. But I think we're getting a sell off here. This will be just a previous day close breakdown. See if we could lose this level. But it's more of a scalp because it's not an actual strategy as far as the one side trade like the VWAP breakout or the 5-minute ORB. So I'm just looking for the break of the previous day close. Again, not a strategy that I normally would trade, but I just like the way it's sitting here in the sell-off. So let's see. Let's see if we can back to the lows of the pre-market, which is around 70, 79. Let's see where it goes here. All right, and what my good buddy Rigetti end up doing? Oh man, that is a beautiful 5-minute ORB above the VWAP. When I got out, I should have just got right back in long. That would have been so nice. So nice, so nice. All right. What else is going on? AMD. What is our buddy AMD doing? All right, Circle of Internet. I expect this is gonna take some time. AMD. Oh, friends. Yeah, I see you calling it out. I missed it. Yeah, I see you calling it out and I missed it. So the VWAP breakout here, that's a beautiful pattern. Wow. Circle of Internet, you better work because you made me miss AMD. I was not looking at chat. Wow, that is a. Did you guys take it though? Right? I mean, you're calling it out, but did you guys take it? Because that is a beautiful VWAP breakout there. Um, that is so good. Let's see, 238.95. Yeah, nice, nice. Who else? Yep, I took Rigetti long. Yes, I am in it right now. Good stuff, guys. Good, good, good. All right, just short Circle of Internet at the moment. Let's see if we can get the breakdown. Oracle, wow, big drop here below VWAP on Oracle. Looks like it wants to go to the low of the day. Nvda, nice. Nvda was also a good 5-minute ORB engulfing. And I thought about it. But I'll be honest. I'm like, I'm scarred from the choppiness we had this week on Nvidia. It's like, do I trust it? And actually it stopped us from, well, not stopped us, but it made us think about going short. Made us think about it because it was just like, it was been so choppy and messy, and then you wait 30 minutes and it gives you a beautiful day here. So, Circle of Internet is trying, moving in the right direction here, 81.48. So we did get a little bit of a drop, but let's see if we can settle down here and just stick on a momentum here. I do see some bids towards the bottom there, 81.60. But again, I think this is gonna take some time to sell down here.
We're getting move higher on Nvidia. It's just it's gunning.
Yeah, Nvidia is doing so well. Anyone getting an MP? Not me.
No.
MPs let us down a couple of times here. Actually, didn't let us down. We traded it poorly. So you guys know the story. We won't walk you through it again. So, all right, circle of interest, trying to do some stuff. I don't see anything else, Peter. You see anything you like here?
I'm watching Nvda gun higher. Should have gone long Nvda.
Yeah, it's gone, man. Thing's so beautiful. I expected more. I don't know. Expect a different type of open, but it was not an easy one. Spaghetti, also moving higher. My circle of interest is just there, not really doing anything. But MU, someone took MU long from the VS, so that's nice. So good job there. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Who's trading in chat today? Oh, we got Paris.
Yeah. Paris and Brian. Yeah.
Paris
Trading live in
Brian.
the chat.
Trading in chat, friends. Two really amazing traders. And Paris started I think a year before I did. Really amazing trader, guys. So want to see those guys trade, you can head over to bevertraders.com, and there's Paris Trade, of course, trading his beautiful oh, I thought it was Tesla, but no, it's Apple. Trading Apple today. So yeah, take a look at that. And yeah. See those guys trading in chat. All right, very good. Oracle trying to hold the VWAP. Nvda wants to go green. I think it's gonna go green. I think it's gonna go green. Pltr back to the high of the day. Hood breaking out some more. Everything is northeast. Pltr, I'm sorry, Rigetti did go green. Beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not showing you my screen. I'm here flipping around. You guys are stuck on another screen. Sorry about that. But yeah, man. Oh, I should be in something here. Something long. It's the feel. QBTS. Yeah. I expect QBTS, a lot of these Rigetti type tickers to be long. Oh man, this is just a beauty. Keeps going. Who's long, guys? What are you guys long in? You know, people took Nvda, Pltr, Rigetti. Anything else that's not on our watch list? Oh, yeah. Don't even remind me. Amir, yeah, I missed that trade, man, so bad. That's our trade. And you guys called it out. You guys were calling it in chat. I mean, this is textbook. This is a textbook VWAP breakout, and you guys were calling it out, and I was here messing around with this thing, circle of internet, which hasn't done anything in the last couple of minutes. So, yeah, so I missed that beautiful opportunity there. So. This will be our entry signals right here. And then the best part about this one is when you get your entry signal, it just goes. And then it never retests your entry. You got this cushion immediately, and oh, that's a beauty. And look at it go. That is beautiful. And as you guys know, I trade with the 1 minute and the 5 minutes. So the 5 minute, you can see this kind of more confirmation. It's engulfing pattern on the 5 minute, which is really nice. You also see this in Nvda. Nvda also a nice engulfing here, engulfing crack, and just look at it go. Wow. Baba, Candy, you traded Baba. What's Baba up to? Oh yeah, it's pretty clean. Baba pretty nice today. Beautiful 5 minute candles too. 1 minute looks awesome. Good stuff. How did you take what was the strategy? Pawn took Nvidia, MU pumping, long Google. I mean long anything right now, right guys? So Tesla, Lipo to Tesla. Mike, what did you trade?
Wow.
Nvidia, you missed that one. Oh yes, I missed AMD. I missed AMD. So, and I'm trading this circle of crap. This thing better make me some money. I'm gonna be really pissed. This thing better do something. I'm gonna be so pissed. Made me miss something so good as AMD. Bids are looking nice. 81.53 at towards the bottom. So I'm looking at the bids here. Better way to look at it is Atlas. Oh, look at the bids. See that? See all this coming up here? Oh, look at that. It's just that's good. Got some more down here. 500, 100, 500 there. 81.53. So we're looking for the bids to pull the price action. We want these buyers to pull the price action down. So let's see if we go pick up those people. Will be nice. Dustin, yes. Unfortunately, I don't got the automated chip. I'm still human. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got the upgrade. You know. Have you guys seen Murderbot on Apple? Murderbot on Apple is really good.
I haven't watched that.
My wife didn't like it at all. She's like, "This is garbage." Now, my level of tolerance is of crappy stuff. I admit it is pretty high. I could tolerate movies that are not great. I'll watch them. I'm very open minded. My wife, no, this is not my thing. She'll just cut it off and that's it. But I'll watch a movie that's not great and just enjoy it.
Patience, patience, patience.
Oh, Peter, what's going on, buddy? You've been quiet out there. What you doing?
Yeah, I'm acting like a doofus on
Oh no.
on Nvda.
Do you long short? What are you trying to do?
Short. I was trying to
Oh,
short it, and you can see here, like I've been trying to short it all the way up here. And I actually got in and it was okay. Like I was waiting for that pullback that often happens when it hits the previous day close. And I was sort of red almost like right at my stop loss. And I came back to my break even and I'm just like, you know what? I don't know what it's going to do now. And I got out, and if I'd just been a little more patient by, how many times have I said this? Another couple of seconds, it would have been great. I would have had a decent trade. But
yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. I
get it, man.
We're still holding on to our green here for the day, so got to find a good trade. This is actually the type of movement I like for a little bit later. I like the fact that we started down, we're now pushing higher. I can look for a reversal on these higher moves because I'm not sure if this move higher is sustainable or not. We'll find out. But
yes. So here's the wall that I'm up against in Circle of Internet. This 8150 on Atlas. So you can see that too on DAS, but here's the wall, and there's just not enough action
on Nvidia
to get lower, right? So it's just a wall. It's just stuck there. So let me show you guys. Here it is. So just a wall there, and trying to see we dug a little bit into it right here. We look good. A little, dig right there. Took some people out, but they fought pretty well. So we're back up, and let's see if we can dig through that. Would be nice.
It's very early for a mountain pass trade. So a mountain pass needs more time to set up and a little more movement. So yeah, it's not I'm still trading like open momentum strategies at this point. Not the bigger mountain pass, in my opinion.
Yeah, Sonny. I did make the same mistake yesterday. And not much a mistake. That's one of the challenges. That's one of the challenges, right? Not being able to watch something that takes place in a stock that you're not focused on. It's unfortunately, right? You focus on something else and something else does something, right? And what I used to do is I used to have 6 monitors, and when this thing was not doing what I wanted to do, like like a Circle of Internet right now, it's not doing what I wanted to do. And I'll look over to AMD and I get on this one, jump on that one, right? Oh man, then this one will start doing what I wanted it to do, and then that one makes a loss. And I got 2 losses. Oh, I used to do that a bunch. So hey, you miss it. You're not gonna catch everything. We're gonna catch some good ones, but you're gonna miss some, and that's just part of the game. It's part of the game. Yeah, yes, it happens to all of us, and moderating also adds a little bit more of that to the being able to miss something because we're watching the stream, doing this, switching screens, like these things. This is not happening on its own. This right here, it doesn't happen on its own. I gotta hit buttons. I gotta look down and hit buttons and see what's going on and all that good stuff. And if you want to join Lambos and Garbage Truck members, you could do that. Here's a slide for that. And all this stuff, somebody's got to press the button, you know. So yeah, but you could join there if you like. We appreciate you guys being part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. But yeah, so that adds a little bit. But I think with my style of trading, I'm able to.
Gosh darn it,
do it. So
take the trade. See, sometimes I fall back. Then take the damn trade.
There's another comment out here. Dustin, nice to know that it's not just me watching over here while everyone else is making money. No, yeah, that's
no.
If there is a downfall or a con, there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons to everything. When you make a decision, you gotta look at the pros and the cons, weigh them out. Which one gives you the better value that you're looking for? The biggest con against community chat room in this is seeing everybody else make money while you're not making money, because people tend to project their winners and not so much their losers. Now we got a couple of people that do both, but we always tend to look at what is somebody else doing that I was not able to do. And trust me, we all lose. We all lose money. I mean, and you're not gonna see it from everybody. I think here I see a lot of people say, "Hey, I lost yesterday. I got to close out some trades today." I've seen people share that, but trust me, it's not just you. Trust me, it's not just you. So just keep that in mind, right? Yeah, nobody's running to Twitter to post their losing trades.
Yeah, they're losing trades. That's true.
Nobody's running to do that.
Yep. The same way that the social media influencers, right? They're always doing the pose on the beach, and they're doing the fancy look at me at the resort, or the pretty drink that they've got.
Right.
They don't post the 18 hours they spent at the airport, or the crap they looked like after the travel, or their lost luggage, or any of that stuff. It's
yeah. Absolutely. And that's with everything, right? I mean, even with having kids, people post kids, and here's my kids, we're having fun, but they don't post the 3 o'clock wake up call, because they wet the bed, unfortunately, that morning. You got to wake up and do it. They don't post that, right? So there's everything is like that. So just keep that in mind.
There's an acerbic comedian I like. I don't know his name. He does this routine where he's like, he talks about sort of social media and don't believe them. And anyways, he did this good thing about everybody's fat. Everybody's fat. You're either a little fat, you're really fat, or trying not to be fat. But everybody's fat.
Everybody's fat. Yeah. Agreed.
And he said, and that's good. That means you're a winner. If you're fat, that means you're a winner. We are in the first, ever society where we don't have to fight for food. So because there's food everywhere, you're going to be fat. That means you made it. Be happy. I like that guy. I don't know who he is, but he's got a good little routine there.
Social media is dangerous.
He's like, because he's like, social media, and you see the people in the pretty. That's not normal. That's not how normal people live. He's like, exactly how you feel right now. That's normal. You feel a little bloated. You're a little gassy. That's normal. You're tired.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's life.
I like that guy.
It's life.
Anyways, all right. Still watching Nvda here to see what it wants to do. It's gone green, but just by a little bit. It's hanging out.
Yeah, it is. Social media, it's you gotta be careful. And I enjoy social media and the videos, but you gotta be careful. But the worst part is, I saw a documentary. Somebody was talking about, not a documentary. It was like a YouTube video, podcast or something. I forgot what it was. It was forwarded to me by somebody else. I don't follow these people, and the damage that it has on kids, especially young girls. You know, and I got two daughters, right? So
Yeah.
they're my youngest is going towards my oldest 13. Um, and I don't we don't allow social media. She asks, "Daddy, can I download on my phone?" Like I'm not approving that. You know, can I download Instagram? No. Your friends have it. I'm not approving that because it tells them what the world should be and how she should look, and everything is affirmation. This and that, and they was describing the psychological effect that it has, especially on girls,
Yeah.
and it's so damaging. So, yeah, you're not getting social media until you're like 18. I know it's not realistic, but at a certain age, that should just not be allowed, right?
But
And
one thing you can do as a parent is just continually remind them that's not normal.
yeah, yep,
Again, look at the people at your school, look at the people around you, look at, like
yeah,
that's normal. What you see on social media is the best moment that they've probably taken 50 photos and they're showing you the best of the 50, right?
yep,
That's not real life.
yep, yep.
So,
Yeah, agreed, agreed. I see kids. I see uh, 7-year-old kids with phones. I'm like, no, no. My daughter just got her phone, and I think that we've done a pretty good job to make sure that she enjoys life itself, going outside, doing this, doing that. And in most cases, she leaves her phone at home. She's not grabbing her phone everywhere she goes. She lets the battery die out. I see other people where it's just constantly. So I think me and my wife, I believe we've done a good job to get her to enjoy what's happening,
oh,
and not just on the screen 24/7. But I see these
yep.
kids, man. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Like their own phone. Like no, 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 no. So
Oh, gross.
I don't.
I
I didn't
didn't,
want to look.
I didn't continue to pursue Nvidia. My
Yeah,
goodness, I have to like stick with the program. If I'm gonna do it, just stick with the program.
Peter, are you in or
That's
you
the
out?
next.
You
No,
need
no,
to
right? Yeah,
watch.
exactly.
You need to watch
That's the
this great
next.
movie, man. This great movie that's gonna help you with that. It's called Fight Club. You need
What's
to watch it, man. Either you in? Says the guy that just saw the movie.
Touche,
You know,
touche. All right.
got to commit,
No, look, I
man.
really
Burn
do
the
like.
apartment.
So
Commit.
taking more trades at the open, I'm working on that. But then you realize that it comes with a whole bunch of other skills you have to learn, like timing your trades at the when you're trading the open can be more difficult. So sometimes, like, I see my setup and you take the trade and then it works or fails. At the open, I'm finding it's more of a you find what you think is the right configuration, and it might take 4 or 5 tries at it before it works. As long as you can manage the risk in that process, then you can have a good opportunity. But I seem to always give up right before it finally works. So I have to figure out to learn how to stick with it. Anyways,
Yeah,
it's all
this
right.
is
I'll get there. I'll
yeah,
get there. Totally different skill I'm learning.
yeah. The not so sexy part about trading, right? That's what it is. It's
Yeah, fascinating.
they don't show that on
Fascinating to me.
Instagram. Don't show that.
That's right.
Buy here,
Yeah.
sell here. Become a billionaire. Like, okay, sure, if you say so.
Yeah.
You know. All right, here it is again, battling this wall on my
Mm.
circle of garbage. I'm sorry, circle of internet. Battling this 8150 wall. It's just these. They're not even moving. It's just there. It's like a block. Just a block of just
Yeah.
like
Go on, do it this time for
just.
Carlos.
I don't
Come
know, man.
on, circle of internet.
Let's see. Look at the sea of mud or red. Just oh, this is. I love this visual thing. This is really nice because you can see what you're up against
Uh,
here, right? So yeah,
mm.
see where it goes. It's just not enough. It's not enough digging
Wow,
here.
it's interesting here that
AMD is just below the previous day close and hasn't even gone green today. Nvidia is all around the previous day close. Can't make up its mind whether it wants to be green or red. And it's yeah, it's an interesting day. Like we said, right? It was
Yeah.
likely to be one of these types of days. And it does, again, everything's moving in fair amount of correlation. As the day goes on, that correlation usually becomes a little weaker. Usually. Again, there's no guarantee, there's no always, but usually. So, let's see what
Why do we call it Circle of Incident? I have no. But that's the name of the ticker. It's Circle of Incident. We're not calling it that. That's their name actually. Circle of Internet Group
Circle,
or
well,
Circle.
Circle Internet is the
That
company.
doesn't sound good. I like Circle of Incident. You know, we make up our own names here,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's like
Beyond Meat,
Beyond
Beyond the
Beyond the
Meat,
Meat, yeah.
right? We just gonna
Yeah.
switch things up. DKNG, Donkey Kong, right? We're gonna have our nicknames here.
Donkey Kong, yeah.
The minds of the
Yeah.
Nintendo game. And that's just what it is. But yeah, let's see. Why is it Circle Internet? Doesn't even sound right. I'm sure if their own employees hear what we're saying, Circle of Internet, they'd be like, "Oh, that sounds great. Let's change the name of the company." And if you're watching, if you work for Beyond the Meat, you would have probably, say, oh, "Man, why would you might change your company? You might actually do well. You might actually people might actually fall to buy your product.
Never, you heard it here first.
All right, Circle Internet. Yeah, what these guys do? I don't even know. Oh, Circle Internet. We looked them up before, but I just forgot.
That's funny.
Make money movement your competitive edge. Oh, this is it's crypto. Crypto? Oh, stable coin. Okay. Oh, okay. So
yeah, it's a
I was
crypto
I
type
was
play.
I
Stable
was
coin,
way off.
right?
I was way off. I was
Yeah.
thinking some AI play or something, but yeah, there it is.
No.
That's what they do.
Nope. Oh my God, I love it. The world's largest regulated stablecoin, powering global finance. Powering global finance? Really? Nice try.
Sure. Your stock says otherwise.
Yeah. So basically, it's like a Western Union for stablecoin.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Wow. Oh.
All right.
It's just taking a sweet time.
Yeah, it's really not cooperating with
Not
you, this
doing
thing, is
anything.
it?
I mean, I can get out here for a small win, but
So at this point, Carlos, would
see.
you move your stop to break even, or are you going to hold for the full loss? What's your
No,
strategy here?
we already had this pullback here. If we my stop was 80, it's above the VWAP, right? 83.20, 82.20, no sorry, 83.25. But now I won't hold to that. We go above like previous day close and I'll get out. Because now the longer we stay here, if we start moving higher, I expect this thing to pop. So I'm not holding
Yeah.
for a full stop on this anymore. So I
It
was giving it
really,
almost like $1, trying to get $1 or $2
yeah.
out of it, and I won't hold it for $1 now. So
The if I look at the level 2 and Atlas, I mean, it absolutely looks like it should drop. Like all of the
yeah,
orders are to the
yep,
downside.
yeah,
It just won't do it. It's
yeah.
interesting.
Just the amount
Very
of volume is
interesting.
not there, and I think with all those orders to the downside, not having
Mm,
enough selling pressure, you might actually get. See,
yeah.
this is where this is not so much in your favor. The level 2,
Yeah.
right? Because if you're not getting that downwards pressure to start eating into these orders, it goes there, takes some of those orders, and then it just comes back up. Like we're not able to just push through, because it's not enough
Yeah.
liquidity. So I think
It
this is why you got to be careful.
It is a situation where on low volume, it only takes like one motivated buyer who's
That's
willing to
it.
throw some money behind it to pull it
Yeah.
up, right? Because clearly the
Right.
sellers are not aggressive enough at this point.
It's
So,
just sitting here. And actually, they
I
moved
mean, I
even
hope it
higher,
works.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They were at 81.50. Now they moved even higher. So this is not ideal unless we start getting. This is nobody else. It's just nothing, right? So we'll
Especially
see.
being that, it's very stable, right? Like it's not growing. If there were more orders getting added, then that would be
Yeah.
good. But they're just sitting there. So they're waiting for somebody
Yeah.
to do something. And the risk is the somebody is going to be the buyer, not the sellers. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but anyways,
And hence
let's
you
see what
have
it does.
this. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
this. Just
Yeah.
where are we
This
going on?
whole sideways nothingness.
Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. 30 minutes, right? Since I got in. 9:40. So, yeah.
Yeah. You've been sitting in it waiting for longer
Yeah.
than the market had previously been open. So,
Yeah. Well, Christian, now I'm hoping, but I didn't get in on hope. Now I'm hoping it works, but
right.
the strategy's already set. So once you set the strategy, you can hope as much as you want. You should hope as much as you want, but you shouldn't get in on hope. So I agree with you. Hope is not a strategy. Praying is not a strategy,
Yeah.
and wishful thinking is not a strategy. So, we
I
got in for
had
the
a boss
break
that
of
used to say that.
yeah, we got in for the break of the VWAP. I'm sorry, the low of the low of the day and plus the previous day close to break lower. That was a strategy. Stop loss at 83.20. We gave it like $1 or so, but now we're just hoping it does something. So
I had a boss when I was working in Australia that used to love to say that hope is not a strategy because you would make the mistake, right? I go into
yeah,
these executive presentations. I mean, I ran a $350 million annual budget, right? So,
hmm
what's your plans for growth? And I would, you'd present whatever, and well, what do you think is what's your projection? What's going to happen? Well, I sort of hope we're going to win these 4 contracts, and I'm looking at this, and hope is not a strategy. What's your
yeah,
strategy? I'm like, all right,
yeah,
we are going to
yeah.
win these 4 contracts, and we're aggressively pursuing them. And like, you just had to change the wording, but every time you would get hope is not a strategy. All right, sorry.
Yeah.
He was a good guy though. I liked
Even
him. We got along
Microsoft
well.
is moving. Yeah, even Microsoft is moving. I agree.
You would like him, Carlos. So another corporate story. Back in the day, that boss, he would. I was big into cycling when I was in Australia, and I had to pay one of our salespeople a commission. They won a big contract for me, right? Oh, Nvidia finally dropped here. Anyways, they won a big contract for me, but his commission was like $400,000. Like I had to like that's a big commission
Mhm.
to pay a guy.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
he'd put in like 3 years worth of work on this thing, and anyways, it was the deal. That was the deal. That's what he got. So, but I was hemming and hawing over it, and I was delaying signing off because I just like it's just such a big number. I couldn't get my head around it. He was getting a bigger bonus than I was,
hmm
and and finally, my boss, the CEO, called me and said, "Peter, what the hell's your problem? Just sign off on it." I'm like, but it's such a big amount, and he's like, "You're acting like he stole your bike. Get over it. Sign the check." I'm like, all
Oh
right.
man, yeah, yeah. Sign the check, Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually had
So
one of my employees that got moved under me. There was a reorganization, and there's some people down in Arkansas, Bentonville. If you know that place, there's two things are there. Is one of the bigger, well, a few things, but one of the biggest things there is Walmart stores, right? Walmart headquarters is down there, and their first Walmart store is down in Arkansas.
yeah.
And if you are a big buyer, a big seller into Walmart, you actually have to have a local office. So we had a local office there because Walmart require you to have a local. So when they need you, come in here. We need to meet
Right.
with you, and that's the big doors, right? So they can do that. And that office got put under me, and one of the
Okay.
guys there was making like 20 grand more than me. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I acted cool. Like, it did bother me a little, but I'm like, you know what? He probably earned it. He's probably doing so much, whatever the case may be. Well, when this VP looked at it, when the new VP came in after the reorg, and he looked at it, it's like, wait, you're the manager, and he's making more than you. No, we got to bring you up. Perfect. Got a raise just because somebody under me was making more. If I would have made us think about it, probably would have went south. Just stay quiet. I'm like, let's review your team. Oh, here it is. I make sure that was very clear there. They didn't highlight it, but just make sure that you could see. Here's my salary, and then I showed everybody else from highest to lowest. So they saw. Wait a minute. What's up?
There you
Let's
go.
Fix this.
That's a smart corporate move, Carlos.
Beautiful
smart
thing.
move. All right. Well,
man.
we're getting sideways movement now here on this market. We're only 45 minutes in, but
yeah.
we're already
One second, Peter. I got a
momentum.
call from my wife. Hold on a second.
No worries. Got to take those. Always take the call from the wife. There's a life lesson if you guys haven't figured that out. All right. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Nvda. It's what I'm focused on here. It's really not doing much right now. It's trying to decide whether it wants to be green or red, sort of circling around, pun intended. Carlos isn't here to hear it though. The circle of internet, man, it cannot break that 8150. Very interesting. Like the low of day is exactly 8150, and it hit it right after Carlos got into it, and then hasn't been there since. So, damn thing, man. Poor guy. Tesla. What is Tesla doing? Tesla. Yeah, Tesla. I was watching that. It didn't give a great signal at the high of day, so that would have been a hard reversal to take. Good long though, if you took that. Nvidia as well. Good long if you had the guts to go long from the VWAP. I did not, but oh, look at this Nvidia thing. It's just hanging out here. I hope Carlos has a stop set when he walks away. Of course, he could be just in the background watching it.
All right.
It's how they get you with salaries at the C level, Luke. What are you talking about? I have to admit, I was not mistreated. I had a ridiculous salary as an executive. Well, what I thought was ridiculous at the time. I can say now that I'm retired and out of the business, I did not earn that salary. There is no way I was worth what they were paying me. But I wasn't going to say no because that's just dumb.
That would be very irresponsible of you.
It was, but like I looked at that, and I looked at what I was making compared to the people who were working for me, and I had a lot of fun in corporate life too, Carlos. Like I have a lot of fond memories for my core corporate stuff. Like I loved what I did. It was, and I had fun, and I think that made a big difference. I had usually high performing teams because I made it fun, and why not?
Yeah,
life is way too serious.
Same thing, man. I love what I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I learned it through a whole lot of little lessons about how to, because I used to take myself very seriously, and I learned through a whole lot of little lessons about not being quite as serious on things, and you know what I mean. And people confuse people confuse having fun with not being professional, and I don't think those are mutually exclusive. And I think you can be extremely effective. In fact, probably the most effective workers are those that figure out how to have fun while being effective at what they do. They're the ones that really excel over time, on average. So, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it reflects even here in this show. Like you see it, right? We're doing our trading, but we're also having fun. Like the minute this stops being fun for me, me and Peter probably won't do it anymore. Like it's got to be fun. There's got to be a level of enjoyment, or else why? I mean, I know Peter's getting paid for the likes. So I know he's getting paid for the likes. So hit the like button, please. 334. So hit the like. That's one reason. But other than that, I mean, it's got to be fun. Got to be fun, and you see that here. And we had the gentleman, and not to knock on him, he came in. I saw the comment. He said, "Please stick to stocks only," and that happens a lot. But don't beat up on people I like that when they come into the channel for the first time, because think about their point of view and where they're sitting. They're coming in, they're probably new to the channel, they're not used to this type of level of communication the way we're at, where it's a little more laid back. We still get the job done, but we are realistic on, we're actual traders. Like, this is what traders look like. We're not the Wall Street financial district with a tie. We're not at the beach with a Corona. This is real life stuff. So, when someone comes in like that, understand they're used to like the Bloomberg, the other channels where it's trading. Oh, let's go along here. They're used to something different. When they come here, it's like, what the heck is this? These guys are traders. What are they doing here, right? So keep that point of view when someone comes in like that, and understand that. So
yeah. And I think that's a cultural change that I've seen, or at least over my life and my career too, that, you tended to respect or thought the person that's super serious with the tie and the suit and they're all buttoned up and everything, they must know what they're doing, right?
yeah.
They must be the professional, because don't they look professional. They must know what they're doing. I admit I've become very jaded in that. I've realized that, frankly, the tighter they are, buttoned up and everything, the more bullshit they're probably full of. It's just, and that's what they're selling. They're not selling, the facts. They're not selling the knowledge. They're selling the BS, the image. So I'd rather find the people that are, have the goods. So, anyways, that's my opinion, and I get it. It's not for everybody, and if we're not, then all power to you, right? There's lots of places out there that will sell you the image you're looking for, but if you want the unvarnished truth about what trading's like, and you want to be part of a real community, this is your place, baby. We have fun. We get her done.
Yeah.
Why not?
And we show you the ugly side, like this circle of internet trade. The ugly part of trading.
Carlos, this is painful.
This
like,
is
I'm
yeah.
It is
what
painful.
Are we doing?
I'll give you that. Yeah, that is a hard trade. I mean,
you get to the point
calmly
where it's just like,
it.
Either stop me out or give me 1 hour.
Yeah. Because at the end of this thing could spike up and stop you. So after all of that pain, you're then going to get stopped.
All that waiting.
Or maybe it'll go in your favor. Like, it's just now it is a crapshoot. But the fact that you're already in it, you've got a choice now. You either, cut your losses, so to speak, and risk losing the opportunity, or you say, I'm sticking with the plan, and I applaud you for sticking with the plan. So
I have definitely modified the plan, so I won't do my full stop like we mentioned earlier. I will get out sooner.
That's smart, but that's just smart, right? Because conditions have changed a little bit. So
and as that's happening, I'm looking around, and it's not just my circle of internet, right? It's a lot of stuff. Hood, sideways, right? Rigetti, much better. Beautiful drop back to the VWAP there, and actually, look at it. Rigetti's trading really nice actually at the VWAP. Just a lot of things just not moving pretty nice here. A lot of sideways action. Pltr, Nvda, somewhat. You got a couple of drops here, but for the most part, the bigger picture compared to what we did this morning is somewhat sideways, right? So we're just not getting a whole lot here. Apple took off earlier today. Microsoft did well. A lot of stuff for the most part back in the green, Peter. We started over a lot of red and a lot of stuff back in the green as the SPY's trying to make a new high of the day.
And as we've said many times, right, you can't necessarily judge the direction the day is going to go based on the pre-market, because the pre-market was like unremittingly red, like everything was red. So if you just looked at that, you're like, oh, it's a red day, it's going to be a red day. Well, it not necessarily.
That's right. All right, very good. Yeah, a BBT podcast to decompress. Yeah, those are fun, man. I enjoy podcasts. A few that I like to listen to. They're fun. Too late for that advice from me. I was short biased. I was way too short biased. Yeah, it's it happens. But no, we learn from it. And Can we get better? All right, circle of internet. One more shot at the wall. Look here. Let's see if we could dig a tunnel. BBT has a podcast. No, I did a podcast with Thor. It was more about trading psychology. It was good. We stopped this because he got busy and their schedules usually didn't line up pretty well. He does a lot of mentoring. I don't have the time for mentoring. It takes a lot of work to do it right. So we stopped because of time. But it was a lot of fun. So we did like 17 episodes on YouTube, and me and Peter were talking about doing a non-trading. There'll be some trade talk, or we're thinking about the WWW podcast. So I still have that logo that AI created.
Yeah.
We asked ChatGPT, where is that logo? Oh, here it is. I still have it.
Whiskey Weapons in Wall Street, right? Yeah, somewhere you got to have that around there.
So
there you go.
We're thinking of
Whiskey Weapons in Wall Street. Yeah.
Doing this podcast. Like, we should just do it. Let's do one episode, 20 minutes. I'm sure we filled with a bunch of great rants for you guys.
Oh yeah.
We can record it and just put it on YouTube. This will be definitely Lambos and Garbage Show. We don't want this out completely to the public. We'll keep it keep it a little more private. But I think it'll be fun. Or maybe not. Maybe we give it out to everybody. Enjoy it. I don't know. See where it goes. But I think me and Peter eventually we should do it. Maybe for January, Peter. Start the year.
Yeah, we keep saying it. I don't know. Haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we just gotta schedule it. We just gotta be like, hey, you free? I got the setup. It's done. I literally all I have to do is hit this record button, and we're good to go.
All right. You let me know. Holiday special.
Oh, even for Christmas?
Yeah, I am watching Nvda. Don't worry, Coach Umberto. I've got my eye on it. I've missed the entry for this type of trade. Again, I should have been a little more aggressive. You can see. Well, here, let me. I've got my. You can see, guys, where I was. Look at what I was doing. I was trying to short Nvda all the way up here. And by the way, I ended up sort of break even across these trades. But yeah, I was trying to, this is the full loss and then the partial and break even, got out of break even, got in small this time, got out of break even. So, I ended up sort of roughly break even across all this, but I really should have been short on these two spikes here. So I'm not going to chase it here, but this is I just didn't stick with it. I didn't have the conviction Carlos did. So I'm still learning. Still learning the open. It's not my
yeah.
Not my strategy. That's not the way I'm used to trading. So it's hard to break old habits, right? Because I've been doing this full time for 8 years. I've been trading for 25 years, but I've developed a style that I didn't realize how embedded that was in my psyche, right? So it's
what is this crap doing? Agree, Peter. Agree. What is? Are you looking at Circle of Internet? It's
I'm
just
watching
like
it.
up and like what? This is so brutal. Is this the beginning of the drop? Were you trying to shake me out before dropping and creating havoc to the downside? I don't even know. My goodness. Same thing it did last time. Popped up over here, and I just don't know, man. I feel like the minute I get out of this, it's gonna go to like 81.20. Just the minute I get out, it's gonna be like, okay, he's out, guys. Flood the gates. Poof, 81. Oh.
Carlos, the market is not out to get you.
I know it's not.
It doesn't know you exist.
I know. My mind is out to get me. Oh man, I bet it's going down now. Happy Bull 20. Yeah, I mean, every time it does, you see that big selling pressure. It gives me the idea that we're gonna dig into this wall. But Atlas, there's no fooling this wall, man. This wall is just here. It is just a massive, concrete wall here. It's like the wall from the north. What's that thing? That show, very popular show, HBO. with the dragons and the snow people.
Yeah, Game of
Oh,
Thrones.
how can I forget? Yeah, how can I forget the name? Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
Game of
No,
Thrones.
it's all
Like
right. I forget the name all the time for whatever reason on that one too.
It's
No lie.
yeah, the North. Send them to the wall.
Winter is coming.
Yeah, what a great start to a show, by the way. I was like, really got you like
that was a rough start.
rough start. Like, what the hell are we watching here?
They had like brother and sisters.
Yeah, it's
throwing
very
throwing kids out of windows. It was a little
Mhm.
rough start, but
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I read the books long before the show came out. It took me
Oh,
a
you
couple of
did?
tries before I got into the shows. Yeah,
Okay.
I was because that's the type of stuff I like to read, right? The fantasy
Yeah.
genre, and
Yeah.
this one was very unique for fantasy because normally in fantasy, like you have a hero, you meet the hero at the beginning, the hero goes through an evolution and a journey and accomplishes all this stuff, and like you don't kill main characters. And in this one, I mean,
I
spoiler
know.
alert, but it's a little late on this.
A
The
little late
main
on it, yeah.
character dies, like he dies like two
The
episodes
first
in, and you're
season,
like, what the hell?
They
Yeah,
chopped
you're
his
like,
head
what
off.
the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
the
out of
hero's
circle of
journey,
incident, by the
exactly.
way.
And
Look at this. What the
yeah.
heck?
See?
I'm out.
After all
I'm out
that
here,
time.
20. So all that waiting.
Sorry, man.
I'm out. No,
Sorry,
it's all
man.
good, man. I got out well before my plan stopped, so
But you know what? I give you full credit for the patience, right? You stuck to the
Yeah.
rules and you said, "This is what I'm waiting for," and that's what
Yeah.
which exactly what you did. So,
yeah.
anyways,
So out here.
yeah.
But yeah,
Anyways.
man, they chopped this guy's head off. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
ain't this guy on the cover? He's on the cover of the whole like thing. He's like on there with the sword, and he's out like the first season. So it's crazy. I heard though too, like there was money issues, right? Like they couldn't really pay big actors, right?
So,
there was money issues too.
When they started it, because it had such big budget for the set scenes, they couldn't actually afford to animate or to get the CGI for the dragons. So one of the reasons why in the earlier seasons you didn't see much of the dragons is because they couldn't afford to CGI the dragons in. Only once it started to become real popular, then they could get them in and stuff. Anyway, it was sort of interesting how they had production issues. They did a really good job on the show, I got to say. But yeah, reading the books, I mean, you think that's gritty. The books are even grittier. Like they're rough, man. Like and you're not used to that. When you read fantasy, you're used to, I don't know, everything's a little tamer, right? Like usually don't have sex scenes, you have implied sex. People get killed, but they don't gruesomely describe the death.
Right.
There's all this stuff. Like there they went all in, baby. It was and they still hasn't finished them. The author still hasn't actually finished the series. Like he never wrote the ending, right? The producers actually wrote the end of the series because he refused to do it. So
yeah.
Anyways,
yeah, I'm sure if HBO knew how well it was going to be received, they would have invested a little more. They would give it a little more room to spend. But you never know. You know.
Yeah. So Cameron, AMD, I've been watching AMD along with a whole bunch of other things here. The problem with AMD and a Mountain Pass, I like the Mountain Pass. I don't like to have that weight of the previous day close right above the price. So that's problematic for me. I don't want to sell against that previous day close. Same thing with Nvda. Nvidia's price is all around this previous day close. So I wouldn't, I'm not going to aggressively short this thing at this level. I'm watching Tesla to see what it's going to do, but it's also heading back up towards the previous day close. So, this is the time of day when often things will sort of go to the green side and then hang out. So I'm worried that I may just not get any more trades. Maybe another day like yesterday, where I had a bunch of trades at the open, and then I'm just going to wait till the close. I don't know. I'll keep an eye out on things, but
yeah.
So far, I'd have to take short-term sort of momentum trades or wait for bigger setups.
Yeah.
Wow. Circle of Internet really decided it was going north.
Time to go long. And here's a great example, guys. I'm looking at the wall. It's still there. 8150. These guys are just not moving. So there are occasions where, you know, this is not going to be a good signal for a short, right? And just the volume just not making it any better. So that there you have it. But yeah, look at that. 81 buys are still sitting there. Bids at least. So you were not into Game of Thrones? Yeah, Rhinos. You know what? It's a. I wasn't into it either. I actually, me and my wife, we watched the first show, and we're like, okay. We didn't keep watching after that. And then my sister-in-law was like, you have to watch the first three. Watch the
Yeah,
first three, and then it'll hook you. And it did. It hooked us, man. And we saw it
yeah.
like after all the seasons were out already. So we saw it really, really late. And it was so easy to
Yep.
binge watch this thing because now everything's out. And we just, what are we watching? Let's
Well, you must
throw this
have
on. We went through a
you
lot
might have
very
got
quickly.
into it. Yeah, we got into it as well. Only like the only episode I had to wait for was the finale. Basically, we were watching it and
Yeah.
then we had just finished like, right up to the finale and we had to wait like 3 days for the finale. So we sort of timed it just perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, now I mean go watch the whole thing. It's a good series. You don't even my wife doesn't like the fantasy trope generally. She's not
Mm-hmm.
into dragons and swords and the whole thing, but she still did enjoy this one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Storyline is
well
good. It's all
worth.
about this. You put a good storyline, and people
Yeah.
will enjoy some good
Breaking
characters. Yeah.
Breaking Bad is another one. Breaking Bad, I admit, I got into that right away, and then of course I had to wait for the episodes, and then I sort of stopped watching it and had to come back to it. I do like Breaking Bad, but it is one where I think I don't know. I didn't binge it, so I think Breaking Bad would be harder to binge because there's so many slow episodes. I mean, there's an
Mm.
entire episode he spends chasing a fly. Like it's if you look back, you're like, oh God, like did I just watch an hour of him trying to find a fly in a meth lab? Yes, yes, you
Yeah.
just did. And it's still an excellent episode. But
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
that I could watch like five of those back to back. But Breaking Bad was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, look at Oracle, friends. Oracle is gone. Circle of Infinite, my goodness. 8450 here on the breakout. So that's very, very nice. Very difficult time here, but a lot of things running higher right now. Getting back towards their high of their day. Tesla trying to get something going here. Um, LTR, Nvda, Fargo was good, yeah.
I never
This is the movie,
watched
right?
Fargo. I like the
Yeah,
movie. You
yeah, it's
know,
good.
Peaky Blinders, that's one that I watching on my own. I know my wife would not enjoy that. I'm not all the way through it. I actually have to go back to it. There's a lot of good series out there, depending what you like. But
Yeah, yeah.
some of you guys here mentioned The Expanse. I started watching that. That's another one that that one you have to get into, it's a drama set in space. It just happens to be in space, really. It's really just a drama. It's a political drama. But Boardwalk Empire is one that I want to watch. I haven't watched that. Nip Tuck, really? I heard about that, but Succession, Succession was a funny one where I got annoyed with it. My wife and I watched the first season. I think the problem with Succession is it's one of those shows where you don't like anybody. At least we didn't. Like there were no characters who we liked. We thought they were all reprehensible people. So that means we didn't really care who won or lost. So I did enjoy The Blacklist, although I never finished it. It got I don't like series that get really weird when I feel like they extend them too long. I have to admit, that's one of the things I like about British shows. For whatever reason, the British system of developing things, it's like they have a set plot line and they work it till its culmination or conclusion and then they're done. Whereas US series, if there's still money in it, they will produce seasons forever. And unfortunately, you often get into this decline, right? The
Yeah,
writing
yeah.
gets worse, the
So
plot
true.
lines get worse, the actors get tired. I find that The Night Manager is excellent. And in fact, there's going to be a new series. I just saw it. I sent it to my wife earlier this week. There's a new Caesar series or season of The Night Manager that's coming. I love The Night Manager. I think it's excellent. It's good to watch Loki and something else. But anyways, yeah, that's a very, very good series. The Diplomat we enjoyed, although I have to admit that what's the lead actress's name? She plays the same character and everything. My wife and I happen to be watching The Americans now. She almost plays like the same character, or at least she has a lot of the similar character traits. It's just that a little bit of an annoying personality. But we really did like the Diplomat. What's that? Carrie Russell? That's her name, I think. Anyways. All right. So Hood is at all-time highs. We're busy talking shows. Clearly the market is moving sideways,
Yeah,
right? You can
yeah.
tell.
Or the stuff that's gone is out of our strategy
Yeah.
here, and we're past our usual time. I'm good for a couple of hours. It's 10:40. I'm ready to call it in. But it's funny. You remember the show Billions?
I'm
Billions
watching
is another good one. That was good too. I
I
used to
did
love
love
that show.
Billions. Billions was just so unrelentingly ruthless
It
on,
was it was
in a
good. It was
financial
really
sense.
good.
It was good.
But you know what?
If you guys
Here,
like another show, oh, I was
here
gonna say
something happened.
I was a
Like,
consultant.
huh.
Yeah, there's tons of them out there. I always point people to the show House of Lies,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure House of Lies is what it, because there's there's all sorts of the House of Cards, I think House of
Yeah.
Lies is the one with Don Cheadle. Let's see.
Yeah.
If you want,
Uh.
it's I just find it entertaining.
Yeah.
Because I was a consultant at that time, and I'm like, that is what consulting felt like to me. And
So
yeah, that's the one with Don Cheadle's and Christian Bell. I said, except my consulting had a little less sex than they had in House of Lies, but otherwise, the the way they went about the business, the conversations, the way they won business, and it that's how consulting worked. It's a little ridiculous, but
yeah.
Suits, I enjoyed the first few seasons of Suits. It got a little ridiculous when they were trying to justify having him on without an actual license, and then it just got silly. I don't like it when shows get silly trying to justify their plot lines. So
Yeah.
Mad
My
Men was the
wife
same
loved that
thing.
show. Yeah, she loves Suits, man. We watched it a lot. Because I just watched whatever she watched, right? But once he left, I think the guy didn't want to travel to the U.S. no more. He wanted to be with his family. It's not the same. He's the main character. Once you do
Yeah.
that, it's dropped the show. Same
Yeah.
thing here. Like this was a strange one. Going back to Billions. So they did a show, episode 7 on 2020. Then they had this big gap because of COVID, right? I think one of the
Okay.
guys got sick, and then the guy comes back, one of the main actors that works for the SEC, and he's so skinny. He looks nothing to what you see in the last five. Like he is like I'm like he has no beard. Like who the
Yeah.
hell is this? So it threw me and
Yeah.
my wife off. Like we couldn't
That's
connect. It's funny. You start connecting with these shows. We couldn't connect with it no more. We're like, nah, this doesn't look right, and we should stop watching it. So we stopped right here,
Yeah.
like episode 9 or something. It's just that
You're talking
gap.
about Paul Giamatti, the guy who was
Yeah,
the DA, the
I'm
district.
like,
Yeah.
he dropped like 40, 50 pounds. I mean, he dropped a lot of
Oh yeah.
weight, shaved his
Yeah.
beard, and it's just like he looks old. I'm like, no, you can't continue. It's just there was a complete disconnect, you know. So it was just weird. So same thing has happened with Suits. Once they left the main actors, like no, doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Mike says,
What type of consulting? Jose, I worked for I was a partner at KPMG, and I ran their commercial IT services division regionally here.
Yeah.
And I admit I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy being a consultant. So I wanted to complete the circle. I wanted to do all sides, right? I was the customer. I was then an outsourcer. And then it just happened to end up in consulting. I owned a company, and then I was a consultant as a partner. And then to round out my career, I said, now I want to work on the government side. So I actually worked for the Bank of Canada, and I did that, and I said, okay, I've done it all. I've touched on every single area now, and I've learned where I like and where I don't, and I don't want to do this anymore. So I said, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring on
Pens
Andrew
down.
to the
I'm done.
show. I don't know where Andrew. I think is he traveling? Andrew's not.
I don't know where
We
Andrew
don't
is.
have. Yeah, we don't know. If you know where he is, bring him over. We'll put him live.
Yeah. I hope
But-
he's okay.
Oh, trust me.
Hope everything's good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where you he's probably just slept in because his West Coast time zone is just brutal. But we hope he's okay.
Yeah.
But we hope it's just that
And-
every single time that he slept
And
in or probably too hard last night. Yeah.
He was in New York, right? He was in New York to start the week, and that jet lag sometimes hits you like a day or two
Yeah.
after. So I
Yeah.
think that
Yep.
could be what's happening. But don't worry, we got Paris and Brian that were in the chat room, and they
Yep.
were busy trading there. I don't know if Brian and
Yep.
Paris are still there. I see Paris. Oh, there's Brian. They're both there.
Yep.
Maybe they can come over and join us. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get them over here. Let's merge the streams
Merge
like
the
Ghostbusters.
streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah. Gentlemen, would you like to join us? Let's merge the streams. Yeah, let's make it happen. One party.
Let's do it. Jillian,
You
have
can
a
use
great
your- use-
weekend.
Yeah, use your usual link, Brian. Sorry.
Yep.
All right, sorry guys.
Yep.
One
All
sec
good, man.
here.
All right. Wow. Nvidia, fire. Everything green. Everything that started red. Look at this. All these stocks were. Most of them were red. They're all green now.
Yeah, I was calling this.
Wow.
We were way back at about 10 o'clock. I was saying we're going to go green today on the Qs. You watch.
Yeah. Green we
Mhm.
are.
You're right.
Yeah,
Here we are.
here we are. We're green. I was at one point.
Hello.
I was thinking, Peter, we should get the magic 8 ball just to
Oh,
confirm my
what do you-
prediction.
Oh, I mean, well,
But that
it's
was a
like a
while
little late
ago.
for that now, I guess, right? Yeah.
It's a little late
Yeah.
for that now. Yep.
All right. Well, let's see. Magic 8 Ball, was Brian right? Magic 8 Ball says it is decidedly so. It is decidedly so. That's what it said. So there you go. You were absolutely correct, Brian. See? Magic 8 Ball concurs.
The magic 8 ball came through again. All right.
Well, you know.
Yeah,
have to ask it in time.
you've got its you've got its record of its predictions, don't you?
I do. It is 58% accurate across
There you go.
across the years. We've been using the Magic 8 Ball now. Yeah, 58% accurate across 142 predictions dating back to October 2020. So there you go.
Okay, so for a gambler, that's actually not bad odds.
Yeah. Well,
So there you go. How's everybody's day on YouTube? This was quite the day. I traded AMD reversal. A lot of people took other stocks. Everything sort of pulled back at the open and then just started to rip. Peter, what did you take What trade did you take today? I think you
Uh,
traded Nvidia.
I did, not really successfully. I didn't do a good job on Nvidia, and I did trade Tesla long right off the open. Just at the opening, like 17 seconds into the open, I took a long and then got out quickly, which is good because it dropped down. I didn't pull a Paris though. Paris, my God, he knocked the cover off the
Yeah.
ball there, deciding to trade Tesla because you know what? He loves Tesla. Yeah.
He loves Tesla,
Uh,
and I love
yeah.
Tesla too. This morning I kind of joined I joined Paris in that Tesla trade as well. I what did I use? I
Oh,
used
good.
the I used the 395 calls. So got a nice move on that one. I should have. It's too bad I still don't have some because my entry was around $4.30 on those, and they're trading at 10.55 right now, 10.60,
Oof.
which is, you know, that's a 3x move, or at least
Oof.
2.5x. That's why we love options.
They do give you good leverage if you're willing to use them. So, and
Yeah, and if
Carlos, we do
you're
have Oh, there he is. Paris is in here. He's good. All right.
Yeah, perfect. Can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah,
I
Okay,
think everybody
perfect.
can hear you.
Yeah, I had a pretty good day. I started with an Apple. Uh, Apple was the short of the day for me. I wanted to use 272, and the whole reason was about the breakout of the range. So if you look at very, very important thing on the 272, if you look at 3 days, consecutive days, the stock did not let 272 break. And today was the first day that 272 broke. So I shot at 272 and then scaled out down to 269.60 something, and then stopped out break even. So I started with Apple and then I traded Tesla. I did long first of all at just at the pullback, and I got stopped out. And literally the second I got stopped out, it literally went in my favor. But then I tried for the second time,
Mhm.
and now it's actually from 395. I shorted it and then flipped it at break even and then flipped it, and then now it's at 405. So it's close to a $10 move right now. So very happy with the way that it worked out, selling at 405. And today, Tesla, if this continues, it can go to 410. 410 is the area that I would be looking at taking, like 408, 410 would be the area where I'd be looking at completely getting out of the trade. So yeah, that is my trading for today. Very happy and glad it's a Friday. The Carlos thing goes continuously in my head. Do not trade anything that you would regret for the next 2 days over the weekend. So
That's right.
Perfect. There you go.
yeah. I uh, I kind of got on late, so I think I missed that. I asked, I checked in the room to make sure Carlos gave that speech before we started trading because I kind of missed. I think I missed it. Must have done it a little earlier.
no, as a matter of
But
fact,
wise
today
words.
Peter did that. I think Peter did the job of reminding everybody that it's, what Carlos does always.
Yeah.
It's a team effort here. So there you go. It's I'm glad. Well, I'm glad because you definitely traded better than I did, Paris, as usual. And yeah, great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
So,
SPX was an amazing run. I mean, I did trade some SPX calls. Um, I didn't hold them, unfortunately, but I did get a bit of a move on those as well. They always kind of scare me because you can really lose a lot of money fast with them. So yeah, so Q's went green on the day. Spy's gone green. The IWM is actually green too. So who'd have thought? The buying brigade came in, saved the day on Friday.
Yeah, you can never tell based on the pre-market, can you? It's you can do
No,
that about face all the time.
Yeah, that is true. Pre-market, especially on the days like these, where it has been selling off for the past 2 days, and then today it was gapping down. And easily, the first move can easily be on the downside, and then later in the day or something, it would just try to reverse it. But today was the day where just the first move, like first 5 minutes was, or 3 minutes was a little bearish, but after that it was all bullish. There is no reason to short anywhere from the market standpoint.
Well, now you tell me. I was busy trying to short Nvidia.
Oh, that's your strategy, Peter. I think you take really, really good shots when the things are really strong. Like I wouldn't, that's like balls. You have those balls to take it. Like I don't have those and that's your strategy. Then that's the reason. Like two people can have a completely different strategy, different playbooks, and still make money.
Yep. Indeed.
So
Indeed.
speaking of Bitcoin, what is it trading at now? I think
I
it's
think
been it was trading at 95,000 this morning, really really rolling over. Yeah, that was quite the move back. Imagine if you were a PLTR holder and you just basically gave up when it was gapping down this morning. You'd been in it from 200. You thought, screw it, I'm getting out of this thing. It's dropping again, and then it rallies back today.
didn't that happen
Markets are
exactly
always,
like that with Andrew and TNA? Like the second he got out,
yeah,
and then
Yep.
yeah,
it
exactly.
rallied the entire day.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly. And that's what happens when you get stuck in a trade. You just get to a point where it just becomes so painful you can't take it anymore. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
that's usually pretty close to the bottom or a
yeah.
bottom.
And like even thinking about it, it hurts me. Imagine like the amount of pressure that you have to go through when that
Yeah.
happens.
Yep.
So Bitcoin's at 97 right
Uh,
now. Is it?
First, I don't know if you saw the question in YouTube. Why do you take so many partials? Nicola wants to know that.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And it has to do with me. I have a weakness that I am very impatient person. So one of the problems that I used to face before was that I would get out of my position very quickly. I would take, 2, 3 partials and I'm done. And I wasn't able to hold it for the entire meat of the move. So as a strategy, and of course the commissions are free, cheap, in the current day-to-day world, as a strategy for me to hold the bigger meat of the position at the bigger move was that I started using 5% partials. So I start
Hmm.
using 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and then as and when it goes into much, much higher risk reward, I would take bigger partial, maybe 10% or 20% partial. And that what helped me with that was that I was able to hold for a much bigger move and also keep the entire position intact. 5% it doesn't change much in terms of dollar value, but it would help me give that psychological sense that I am taking profits I'm not impatient, or I'm patient enough to take, take those profits over and over, utilizing understanding my weakness and, maximizing in terms of P&L update. And that's how I do it. I don't recommend it for these many partials because I struggle with that kind of a weakness, and I just found a strategy that works for me to hold much bigger core position overall. So my partials are usually 5% on the first leg, like the first leg that you see in this thing, right? This is the first leg for me. Until here, it is 5%, and then here I start scaling 10, 20, 30% right here. And 405 was my initial thing, so I took 33% here. I'm still holding for 408 and 410. So yeah, and a very valid question. This is a very common question that people ask me. I like to hold for a much bigger move, and this is one strategy that I've implied in my trading, to hold for a much bigger move.
Thank you.
So 405 is coming back
Yeah, I
up
think.
again.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean
Brian.
it's I always like to say it's you never feel good. Sometimes you can never feel good selling a stock. You either haven't missed the top and it's coming back down, or you sell and it continues to go up, and then you feel FOMO, like you're missing out. So that's a good strategy to employ to get to not feel so bad after you've sold something, because if you've sold some and it's the top, you at least are profitable. If it keeps going up, you're still holding, still holding some, so it's not a bad
Yeah,
strategy
absolutely.
at all.
And one thing that it would mess up my psychology really, really bad was that I would hold onto the position and it would pop up maybe at least 3 hours, 4 hours, and then it would come back and stop me out at my stop out. And that would mess up my psychology that I had money on the table and still not able to scale out. Oh wow, so it's actually breaking. So I'm selling some on Tesla. Uh,
Yeah,
so and
Tesla
that would mess up my
continues to run here.
psychology overall. Uh, and uh, uh, and just to avoid that, now what happens is even though it's 5% and if it comes down to my break-even point, I would still be okay with it from a psychological standpoint that I took some partials, I took some profits out there, and I wasn't like completely in a trade for nothing, right? So, and that's again, it's a psychological thing that I have found a way to not impact me in a technical manner. So yeah, if you don't struggle with it, if you don't mess up with that, it's perfectly it's do not recommend of taking these many partials like I do. Not the best way, but works best for me.
I guess obviously one of the downsides is you're every time you take a trade, you're paying some commission too. So you kind of have to balance that out as well.
True.
All right, guys, it's 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to grab some breakfast and finish the trade day with feeling good, just like Carlos told me to do. So happy about my trading day. Hope you guys had a good day too. Paris, thanks for joining in, and
Okay, thank
always like
you.
trading
Thank
with you.
you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Absolutely. It's great. And thank
Hey,
you. Thor and Nate are ready for YouTube. I'll get back
Alex,
in the chat room
Right on.
and let Thor and Nathan drive the
Alex,
entire YouTube thing. So take care.
you need to do that
Have a
with
great day, everybody.
Nate.
I'll jump off too.
You'd really
I'm
like him
overcrowded.
too.
Yeah,
All right.
and you can check out my weekend video on YouTube. Just Google my name if you want to recap and what I'll be watching for next week. So take care, everyone. Cheers.
Hey, Brian.
Cheers, Brian. Good talking to you, man. It's great always, everyone. Brian's Sunday breakdowns of the market have become a weekend staple for me. I really do enjoy. I don't think my screen share is working properly. Let me retry it. Stop share. Start share. See if that works. There we go. So I'm going to kind of talk a little bit here in the morning. So make sure you like and subscribe. And I'm going to talk a little bit this morning about why you really got to get focused on psychology. Because if you do, and I think Paris kind of led us into this pretty well today, that you can really start having a lot of trades that are very big trades that can make you a lot of money and require you to do very little work, right? Not actively managing, constantly getting in and out of your positions, right? Now, to do that, you have to be willing to lose. Uh-oh, that's the problem, right? It's a game of attrition. You have to be able to lose a little so that you can make a lot. And you don't make money whenever that's not in balance, or it's in balance. If you're losing a little bit too much and you're not making enough, those things don't balance. So I kind of want to show you the opposite end of what we were seeing a little bit ago. So first off, yesterday evening, I heard some rumorings. We won't call this insider knowledge, perhaps, but I did hear some rumorings that our news at 8:30 today was going to be canceled. And the news of that starting to hit the market got everybody a little interested in selling. So when we started selling on the ES last night while I was in our Thursday mentoring, I took 2 contracts short and I held them all the way until we got to what the calculated S4 would have been. Right? So that's 2 contracts on a 2 run. I risked about $500 and I made a little north of 6K. Right? I was sleeping the whole time. Right? It took no work whatsoever. Now, that may impress you, but I'm going to impress you in a different way today. I want to show you a new record. Are you ready to see a new record? This is the screenshot Dr. V just sent me on the trade that she took on ES off the bottom, and she held it all the way to ATR high. This is a new, so big shout out for Dr. V. You know, she comes in here every Wednesdays and she always does her things. But this was her trade today in the live market. I didn't trade. I hit my after hours hit. I didn't take any trades today once the market opened. But you can see here, look at Dr. V doing what we're talking about. She bought the low in a good location. Yes, I bet you did, NT. And then she just held. She didn't touch it. She didn't do a single thing. She put a profit target up at ATR high and she hit ATR high. And on top of that, look where we just reversed the ES from. Hello, CP and ATR high. I mean, come on.
Rolling on NQ's starting to sell too, and it's getting there for ES as well.
I mean, come on. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. I accidentally dropped the picture into my chart on TradingView. I didn't know you could do that.
Uh-oh, here goes your
Oh, God. ADHD. It's done.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. Look how we can overlay this trade. Fun. So this is when monster trade for Dr. V, 100% monster trade conviction. Yesterday, Dr. V held all the way to ATR low, right? We've created a monster, people. Like she like Dr. V, she's a beast. I mean, the thing I think that's really important to recognize and why psychology is so important for everyone to be focusing on, Dr. V starting to do this after about 3 years of being active in the market. Does anybody else feel like that's very fast? Like how well she's progressing? Oh yeah. Oh God, she's so good. She's a savant.
Yeah, that's quick. I mean, I feel like most people I know and I talk to, it's been around that 4-year mark. It usually hits about that 4-year mark where everything starts to turn over. The consistency
for me,
starts to
it was
come
about 6 or 7 before I was making really good money. Like I was making decent money for quite a while, but I wasn't hitting trades like Dr. V is hitting at 3 years. No way. So, but I mean, the thing is the market rewards you when you do the least. You know, that's what kind of makes you, the position dilution and cost averaging are one of the things that completely kill positions, right? So it's pretty awesome. Can I explain the math? Sure. I can do it easily. Let's do a We'll let the computer do it. If I can find the trade tab. There it is.
I mean, too, that's like $40 per coin. And
So if I'm risking about $500-ish, I can't do it off that same spot, unfortunately, because I would have to be able to move the current price. And then I swing to the distance. I mean, there you go. 2 contracts of ES at their ratio. They make money really quickly.
yeah.
So did she learn from me? There are definitely things she has learned from me. Like she knows the CAM system, but she did not learn trend lines from me or how she buys or how she trades. No. Dr. V, actually, I would say in the grand scheme of things, I've learned more from Dr. V than she's learned from me. And that's, because yeah, it's a very collaborative effort. So Dr. V and Fire Guy, I don't know if you heard, Dr. V and I are actually combining our mentoring groups together. So, so because she brings such a great psychological element, and I'm really good at technicals, but I don't have her, she's a PhD, practicing. So, it's pretty killer. So, but I mean, I would definitely say, and it's why I'm such a big advocate for Dr. V. Since I started working with her back in March, my um my P&L ratio has gone like through the roof. You know what I mean? Because the thing that was holding me back was the willingness to scale. I had a really nice profit ratio, really good hit rate. I just wasn't putting more money on. I just couldn't get there. So it really has. But yeah, it's been a very collaborative effort. But her technical trading and trend lines, she actually had a private mentor and a different that I think she learned some of that stuff from. And then her own trial and error. I mean, she'll tell you herself like a year or so, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I mean, she tells stories in the chat room of her being on her bathroom floor crying, because she couldn't get trading and she's so frustrating. So very excited for her to go from there to here now. And of course, since she's my business partner and comes with us on YouTube, we always got to brag a little bit on here. Someone else I don't brag about enough on here is our guy, Nathan. We can't tell you how well Nathan's doing right now in his trading just because there's people he owes money to and we don't, and we're trying to make him not pay him because he has a rebuild for his engine on his truck he needs to do. And so we don't need to worry about his gambling debts and all of that stuff that we're going to take care of. But so I'm just but Nathan, our guy, is killing it, man.
Yeah, this is
Nathan's turning into a monster himself. I've seen some of the best trades I've ever seen out of this guy lately. I mean, so it's so great to see so many people in my direct circle. So many of my mentees, are just lighting up right now and taking monster trades. The access chat with that we got going on there is just people nonstop commenting, BBTs going crazy. I mean, it's awesome.
well, that's it's
Nathan's
kind of coming from you a little bit too, when you started upping your size and taking a little bit more risk. So I kind of did the same thing and just getting more prop firm accounts, kind of spreading that risk up over different prop firms. So I think this has already been the best month I've ever had, and
Mhm.
we're only halfway through. So who knows where I'm going to end up by the end of this month. So
Yeah, that's what I'm
it's been a
saying.
monster month.
Best month you've had, and you're only like halfway into the month. I mean, that's cooking. That's cooking, my friend. That's cooking. So
Yeah, and it feels good.
it's just so great to see like my people are really kicking. So I love it. There's actually a pretty high turn rate in BBT, or not BBT, in trading in general. You know what I mean? So to see so many people in BBT and in our immediate circle like really catching on, it's amazing. How many stocks does the pivot bot follow daily? We keep a rolling list that we're constantly kind of evaluating. So we have certain tickers that people like that we won't call because we've scanned through that ticker over like months and its call rate is so low. So we'll get rid of it. So it's probably about 12 to 15 stocks, mostly Mag 7 and then a few others. And then about 10 or 12 different futures categories we're following.
Is the crypto alerts been on there yet? I haven't checked the cams for crypto.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I got a gorgeous trade on microbit futures the other day.
Oh, that's what you said. Yeah, you told me about that one.
What's ATR high? Is there an indicator? ATR high works on everything. Let me explain it to you. So first off, if you have TradingView, you can get ATR high for free. On this is one of our levels that we've made, and it's RKL, really key levels. This is by Bruz, our developer. And this is such a just oh, I'm sorry, I said the wrong one. It's the adaptive ATR limits. Also, these two are free, really key levels and adaptive ATR levels. You don't need any subscription. You can just type them into TradingView. And then I use the basic calculation and I use an ATR length of 14. That's the secret sauce right there. 14 is the industry standard for any averaging. If you're using a rolling average, if you're using average volume, if you're using anything like that, it's always 14. Take this from someone who has a buddy that's a programmer at Citadel. All right, it's all like legit stuff, dude. You know what I mean? 14 period look back. So ATR is the session high to the session low. Now, when I say session, I mean the beginning of the session. So like that could be for futures that's starting, futures is always in session. Right. So, but our session for ETF starts at midnight, right? Or on DOS, it starts at 4, right? And it goes all the way around till midnight. So you have your regular trading hours, your RTH, that's your 9:30 to 4, and then you have your extended trading hours. Your ATR is based on your extended trading hours. Whatever the highest and lowest price of the entire session is, you're going to average that across 14 days. And that's going to be your ATR high and low. And I'll show you a couple of examples here. Look at Nvda right now. Nvda just is rolling and capitulating near its ATR high. But look now that it's at its ATR high.
I'm watching.
Look where its
Nvda
ATR low is. Here. Its ATR low is right at the open price, or right above S4. Right, but you can go through almost any ticker. Look at Apple. Apple rolled over right in front of ATR high. And now that it's there, our ATR low is almost right at low of day. See what I mean? Right. If you want to get, and thank you for that, Cameron, for sharing that information. That's absolutely true. If there is a subscription ability to get into my access chat that will get you to the indicator, if you're a Bearable Traders member and you don't want it on your screen, like you don't actually need it on your screen, you can use the light version of the indicator, the CPP, the Camera Pivots Plays. That's free. You can use the light version of that and then go in the BBT chat room. In the BBT chat room, we have a dedicated tab for the pivot bot. All of my calls go into there. They also go onto the main chat, but they aggregate on the pivot bot chat. That way you can go back and look at it. So there's lots of ways to get to. If you're a BBT member, you've already got access, right? So you can go there. But if you're not a BBT member and you aren't intending to become a BBT member, then you can get the indicators through me. Which if just go to my Instagram is probably the easiest way at ThorYoungMA, and there's on the links there. There's a link to my different indicators and also to my the new mentoring service that V and I are starting in December 1st. All right, so quick break real quick before we talk more. Can I get some likes, please? Anyone who hasn't hit the little thumbs up button, if you could just take 2 seconds and just smack me one of those real quick. Don't want me losing my job. The
algorithms love it.
I'm only here for one reason, really, and that's it's really to entertain you, but altruistically, got to get those likes. Bruz X is the builder. They're all the indicators are my indicators and built to my specifications. Bruz is my developer who designed built them all. So it's Camaria Pivot Plays. Thank you. Love you. You're the best. We're actually in a really good spot to short Apple right now.
What do you think about Nvidia here? It's struggling right here under
ATR
R3.
high, R3 on a lower, wider range. If this had opened in the CPP, we'd have called a play on this already. But it opened too low to call it.
Trying to get a video
ASMR mode.
recording here on Atlas Flow.
What's ASMR mode, Humberto? I took no trades today. I had an overnight swing that I held that got that hit a target and just did great. So I just didn't take any more trades today. I should have longed. I knew if you guys go to my X, I post my watch list at Thor Young. I post my watch list and kind of like an idea of what I think is going to happen, like basically every morning. If you go on my X, you'll see I called a cover rally this morning. I said we're going to open in a lower wire range. I'd expect a short squeeze. So, I mean, it did exactly what I was expecting it to do today. I mean, I'm pretty happy. I've called virtually all the price directional action fairly flawlessly for the past couple of weeks. And that's mostly been because of the buying and selling detector. By watching the actual VPA consistently over time, it really helps me out a lot. So, but I think Nvidia also, I think, is in a really nice spot for a short, Nathan. It's not selling yet, so we have to wait. We're still buying too much, but
No, I
we're
really
getting.
like how it's struggling.
It's
Getting
really
that
looks
liquidity
pretty.
in one night.
I really like it here a lot. Right there, as we tried to push up, we actually deviated in volume. We pushed up, but our volume dropped. Not our volume, our VPA dropped. So we actually had a deviation there. So that looks like we might start selling. I really like that. But we're still a little on the north side. I'd like to see it below the zero line. But this is, I mean, you're at R3 on a lower, wider range. So, I mean, and you're at ATR high, above ATR high. So, I mean, this is a fairly, I would say, as far as a location, this is like a 9 out of 10 as far as location goes, right? The only way this would be a 10 out of 10 if we had opened in the CPR and we were offering this like 30 minutes earlier. It would probably be a 10 out of 10 on the location. I want to see more selling though. Right now, our rolling's just a little too high.
Well, I'm seeing if we hit that, and this is when, guys, you would want to wait for that R3 to be hit, probably that 190 liquidity, and then see if that selling really starts to come in and that can gets activated. That's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for that can to show that it's activated and it's starting to sell.
One other issue I'm seeing too is our order book is still quite bullish. So we're fairly voided to the downside right now. So I would like to
Spot
see
for
a
a book flip.
little. I would still want to see the book kind of structure a little bit better to the downside. And so for those of you, this is Market Atlas. And Nathan does so much material on Market Atlas for BBT because he is, as far as I'm concerned, the best order book reader I know. So and I weigh that against myself actually. I actually think I taught him more or less how to start reading
Oh
it,
yeah, yeah,
and
pretty much
then
everything I know.
then the Padawan became the master. So he just took over, and he's especially with combining it with things like spot gamma, his understanding of it is just out of this world. So look at that. See what I'm talking about on the order book?
Yeah, I like how
Look
we
at that
broke that high. That
beautiful.
volume's not coming in just yet, too. That's
There's some
struggling to break
orders.
that high.
Hey, 189 just started bringing orders.
Nice.
So they're starting now. See, look, everyone, we're going to watch a book flip happen in real time. I guarantee it.
That'd be great.
So we're going to go to 190 and probably flip off of 190. But look how they're starting to leave orders to the bid. They kind of give you a little heads up it's going to happen. See how they're starting to bring orders in? It's light. You got to pay attention. But you'll see they'll start bringing in bids. They'll creep in. And then all of a sudden, wham, they'll go down it. And you'll be like, oh God, it was bearish. I didn't even notice. They've got this big one down at 188. There it is, 189 more. See, they're starting to bring these orders. It's not selling yet. We're still buying, but I would be interesting to see if they go buy 190. There's not a lot of structure above 190. So if they go buy 190, they may start distributing afterwards because their cost average is probably really high at this point.
Here we go. This will be fun. Let's see what happens. We're going to watch that 190. That volume should pick up. That liquidity should be hit. And then we're going to watch that next 1 minute low right after that and see what happens. Here we go. Here's 190. Ooh, it just touched in and took it. That was kind of nice. That got replaced.
Oh, see that? Look at that.
Nice.
Iceberg.
Dude, that was...
Dude,
Yeah.
iceberg. Look at 189.05. There's
Oh,
bid.
dude, there it is. Yeah, we're actually getting some
This
good
is what it
price
looks like.
action.
This is what this looks, not that it's happening, but yeah, but this is kind of what it looks like. You can see how they're bringing the bid on at 189. See how that bid's coming in?
Mhm.
They're preparing. So they hit this order and they obviously hit an iceberg, which if they can't buy through that iceberg. So the reason why icebergs stop them from moving is because icebergs ruin their cost averaging. So for those of you who don't know how market making works, when market makers this market maker needs to buy 190, right? They're going to buy 190. Well, they're buying high, very high. An iceberg is an undetermined number of shares at any given level. So normally, like you're looking at the order book, you can see there's about a million shares sitting there at 190 right now. But there's way more than a million there, right? Think about an iceberg. Like if you're looking at my cam, right? It's like, the tip of it, is like right here. It's why we call them icebergs, but it's really like a whole big, thing.
Just the
So
tip.
so there's more orders there than we're aware of. And what happens is the market maker is buying up to go buy that order. They're raising their cost average because they're having to add to the float in order to buy, right? So their cost average is going up with them. Well, if there's a big iceberg that they have to keep buying and buying and buying, their cost average keeps going up, right? And then once their cost average gets too close, they are forced to distribute, right? Or else they could risk their account.
Look at those two anomalies right there, those last two candles.
Mm-hmm. We're still buying too much. I want to see selling on the VPA. So we're not ready yet.
That's when that cam activates. That's what we're going to see. When we see that rolling indicator really flip on. Wait, I want to see. This is when you're in this point, guys. You need to wait for that 1 minute low, and sometimes really even the 5 minute low. But it's looking good. Not that it can't break and still squeeze higher. But it's really struggling right here. You can see that with the candle formation and the volume right there.
What a day for Tesla.
Oh gosh, Tesla doing Tesla things, man.
Tesla's reoffering the steep trend right now. So this is actually a pretty interesting spot for Tesla, but we're in a lower, wider range. So R3 is just above us. 411.75 is where I would look for Tesla to have some issues if it's going to. But right now, the order book on Tesla is very bullish. Very bullish. So I would be
headed right for R3 too.
I'd be looking for 410 on Tesla. It is VPA based, yes, but I'm not going to share the logic behind it. Sorry. Unfortunately, the indicator has become a bit of a thing for me. So I really don't want to tell too much about how it works. But let's just say, I have talked a little bit about it, but basically it's my brain, it's VPA. It's how I read VPA coded into candle patterning, volume patterning, weighing. We have some quantitative stuff going on in there, like, exponential stuff. I mean, it's pretty crazy. All right, look at that. I told you, right to 410 on Tesla. So we need 411 now is where I would like to see it. So I still think we push a little bit more. But look how our order book starts to lean out above 411. So that might be, look at look at Tesla real
Where's
quick,
the low?
Nathan. Look at the
Oh,
bids. Look at the bids coming in. See, everybody
I'm
book
enthralled
flip.
with
Look at the Tesla starting to book flip. Look at the bids coming into the downside.
man, Nvidia is looking good too here. That made that 1 minute low.
Market Atlas is so fun. For the record, I love me
Can't see
like
this with the
many
level
other
2.
visual order books. I love many visual order books, but Market Atlas is at a new level. Their data display is so clean. But look at that. There it goes. See what I mean? Book flip live.
Perfect.
Book flip live.
These are hard to get, guys. I'm serious. These are actually hard to get. When you're trying to talk to people about it and describe it, to actually see it real time like this, that's
This is it. Look at the void above on Tesla. Look how they're not bringing in asks. This is going to sell and hit 408, no problem. Look at that. Look, there's our selling volume. Look at that. Bam. Wow. I love it. I love it. Let's go back to Nvidia.
were you
Nvidia,
recording
look,
that? You weren't screen
it
recording, were you?
it's on YouTube.
Okay, I'll have to
So
go back and get that.
we'll have to grab it off the YouTube. That was beautiful.
Here's the reoffer.
I mean, I don't know what other channel like you're going to where you're getting this kind of stock trading information real time. Like I mean, I'm sure there are some that are out there. I'm sure they're very good, but
Yeah,
I just don't. I mean, I don't know. You know,
not. I mean, with stuff like, I
not
mean,
to
this
toot
is
my own
advanced.
horn here, but I mean, this is like
advanced
really
stuff.
good stuff. This is really good stuff.
Well, I mean, this is
So,
advanced stuff, but this is stuff that's hard to kind of teach and show people. But to come in here and we get everything kind of in the right position to actually show, what this stuff's looking like and describe it. I don't think there's anybody else out there that's able to do that.
so
Look at
why
this
is the
stuff kind of
market
over time.
rising now? I personally believe this is a cover rally. Ryan, so I think we may be going into a bear market. Okay. So and I've been wrong before, but I called the last bear market. And it was a couple years ago, and we sold for about a month and a half, and it was pretty good. It was a short-lived one, but I got it. I think so. What happens in bear markets is we have what's called cover rallies, right? So because we sell off for, a long period of time, shorts, right? Institutional shorts, which just like there's institutions buying long, there are also institutions like the Kathy Woodses out there, right, that are shorting against the market, right? So they're putting large bids to the downside right now for covers. Well, when they can't fulfill those and they start buying to return to broker before that, it causes the price to squeeze. And then the higher you go, the higher we can go. This has been kind of the reason why we've been making new highs on low volume. The bears are trying to time an entry, but every time they do, something happens, it squeezes the price and they have to get out. So it just creates these little short-term pops, and they're mostly retail, as identified by accounts like Unusual Whales, right? So what we're seeing a lot of that traffic is retail, right? So a lot of this selling is institutional, which that's very important to know, right? As we've been buying, it's been light and it's been on retail volume, but the selling has been heavy and it's been on institutional. So that's not a great sign. And I think because we had the news this morning, which was the no news, right? We were supposed to have big news this morning to, give us some numbers, some retail stuff, some other things that people are really looking for. And because of the government shutdown and some other things, they're like delaying a lot of the numbers. And that market hates that, right? But it is causing a squeeze. So with $2,000 stimulus checks coming, in your opinion, wouldn't it prop up market for 2026? First off, and I'm so sorry to say this, why are we doing that? Like, If the market needs to go down, let the market go down. Like it is just ridiculous that you're going to take my tax money and give it to other people so they can go buy televisions. It just doesn't make any sense. Like I'd be totally cool with everyone getting like a food card to go to Publix or something, and buy some groceries and feed their families, but just giving people money so that they can just go out and buy things is ridiculous. I grew up in the country in a trailer. I wore the same three shirts for every other day. I had the same three pairs of jeans and the one pair of boots. And that was all I needed until I was like 10 or 11 years old. You know what I mean? Like it just makes no sense to me why everyone needs so much right now. Like you're from Florida when you say Publix. So all right, brief soapbox. Peter gets to have a soapbox every now and again in here. Carlos lets Peter have a soapbox. I'm taking my soapbox moment right now on this one. Okay. Public subs, by the way, are the bomb. St. Augustine. I live in St. Augustine, Florida. But I'm just saying, like, it just makes no sense to me. So does that prop up the market? Probably. Probably. You know what I mean? I don't know why it would, but probably. Anyone's looking, I mean, it's not like people are going to take the stimulus checks and buy Tesla with it, but maybe they will. I don't know. But I just don't know. Oh, public subs, the chicken tender sub is amazing. Where's my Florida peeps at? Where's all my Florida peeps at? Give me the number one if
Now
you're
I
from
know. Now I
Florida.
know where you're going to eat later today.
Oh, I'm so going. You like Lowe's? Not for food, obviously, Oliver, but I mean, it's a great hardware store, that's for sure. I used to work at a Lowe's, actually, in Charlottesville, Virginia, for a little while. Fort Lottie, hell yeah. I lived in
To
Broward
do
County
that.
for a couple of years. I went to Broward Community College, actually, Vex,
Also,
for
country.
a little while.
We had a Big John's. I don't know if we had a Big John's in South Carolina.
Oh, see, I didn't know there was a Lowe's grocery. See, I'm a dummy. My bad. Don't get me wrong, stupid idea in general, but I'm investing a lot into Meta because, in my opinion, a lot of people will be looking to advertise, and it's on a good deal per share right now. Hmm. I mean, why not? Let me look. I mean, I haven't looked at Meta in a while for anything for long term. Oh, hmm. I mean, I kind of enjoy the gap. We're not really buying yet on, we've been sustaining a lot of selling, but we haven't really started buying per se. But I mean, as long as you don't go below, I would be okay as long as you don't go any lower than maybe, let me get you a level right here. It's right there. So it would be, yeah, actually, you're in a great spot right there. We gapped at that high and then sold and then bought through it. That high with that volume spike that got bought up on the volume, that's a beautiful place right there. I don't think we should go any lower than that. So for me, I think you're actually in a good spot to buy right here. Because look how that weighs in. You're in a perfect spot. So I think on this time frame, I think this looks fairly good for you. So I just wouldn't hold it much lower than like 592. That way you don't get banged out at 600. But I wouldn't hold it much lower than 590 because you could probably just get out anyway and get back in if it looks better. Jose, you are not blocked. I see you, buddy. Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, I know, right? This is supposed to be here now. Like that. Look at that. We're like right at it.
You sounded like Jared for a little bit there.
Scary. I mean, we both have the same haircut.
That's what it is.
Not everybody actually knows that BBT stands for Bald Brothers Trading. I didn't know if y'all knew that or not. So, Nathan, just saying.
I know I got some catching up to do. At least I got
Sorry,
my hair cut.
keep it while you got it, buddy. Keep it while you got it. Peter, Jared, and I have a feeling we don't have a choice. Beard Brothers
Oh,
Trading.
Raph.
I like that.
And Raph.
Is Nathan shaving? Not his face or his head, but everything else.
Well, no, I'm a little hairy right now. I joke with my fiance that we've got two little fur babies, a kitty and a short-haired dog, and I joke that I'm the second furthest in the house next to Sugar, the kitty.
Stupid. That's so funny. Like a baby. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'll be back in a minute. I made myself laugh. Okay. So the trend lines, someone was asking about. So I'll show you how I do them. Dr. V is really more of like the expert, but I've been trying to learn and get better at it. So like for instance, whenever I'm looking to draw a trend, um, it's always kind of anytime it makes a new low and then a new high, right? So like in the beginning here, as you start to launch, your trend on MU is very steep, right? It's right there. But you saw it took 2 seconds to draw it, right? Just off of there, pop right to there. That was it. And look how it follows it up. Look at the reoffer there, bounce off of it, comes back through it, kind of fakes it out a little bit, and then makes a new high. Well, that fake out, you can decide what I like using them. So for me, that fake out back up, that widens my trend. So now I'll grab my little, and I like using these, it's called a diagonal ray, which are very nimble. So I'll go ahead and widen like that. Now look here, we buy and we sell with hard volume, re-offer it, and then sell. So we just lost the short-term trend, right? And then we start chopping around for a little bit of while, and then we come up and start making new highs. Now that new high gives us a new trend, right? And so, and there's a couple ways you can do it. One of them is you just come off the low here, and you now come up and take that new high, right? So you can see here, now we're going up this one, and you can see when we lose that one, now we're kind of pulling back. But the wider the trend, the steeper the potential offer is. So these are always the best ones to try and hit when you lose this one. But we never made a new high until like right there. So you have to come all the way to grab that one now. So MU
Rolling
just found a
indicators flipping on
really big
Nvda.
seller. We just hit a big seller on it. Let's go to Nvda. Oh yeah, here we go. This is what we're looking for. So let's do this on
exactly what we've been
Nvidia.
talking about.
So
This has everything. Pivots, exhaustion, topping tails. This, man, it's a pretty good looking setup.
Let's see. Is my magnet on? Oh, it isn't. There. Yeah, look at the volume. See what I mean? See how I marked that trend from the low the pullback there. Now look at this. Look where the volume came in. Right when we lost that trend. This looks very good, Nathan, by the way.
Dude, this
As
is
far
like,
as the volume, as far as VPA goes, this looks very good.
as far as looking at the setup, dude, this is maybe about as textbook, I think, as we could get for a live recording.
It's looking really nice. I'm gonna, let's see the book. The book still has that iceberg sitting up there too, which is good. Yeah, look at the selling in response. We have bid. Look, we have bid now. See book flip?
Yeah.
So we still have some ask to the top side. So this isn't like a 100% sell right now, but we have a lot more bid to the downside. Maybe we need a little more ladder, but I mean, this looks really good. For those of you interested in shorting on Nvidia, I think we're definitely in there. I would not expect Nvidia to make a new high of day at this point. Or, I mean, going through 191 especially seems like it's very unlikely.
That rolling's about to hit 10 now.
Yeah, rolling is now confirmed into selling at this point. If we can close, yeah, look at that.
Wow, I don't think you're going to get anything like this anywhere else. This is pretty textbook. That was nice. I like it.
We'll take that. In your opinion, the 5-minute timeline is a lot easier to see and understand with the trend lines? Nice. I think that's good. And I think you may be right. I do everything on a 1-minute chart. And then I do my larger time frame on a 4-hour. So I basically, because it's really popular for swinging, like Livermore and all and like Wyckoff, they all of them reference using 4 hours back in the day. So I've always liked the 4-hour, and then I like the 1-minute because everything else is too slow for me. I just can't. I need more. Yeah, especially with the way I time my RVR. So I like using a little bit more, but that's me. You know what I mean? Like some people, the 1 minute's very, very fast. One of the ways I desensitized that to me was actually watching a 10-second chart for a few days and just seeing how fast candles move in 10 seconds. And then I went to the 1 minute, and then 1 minute seemed like an eternity, so look at that. Man, did you the BS detector? Look at this. Oh, Nathan, look at the deviation.
I know.
Look at the
I know.
deviation.
I was watching this thing flip. I was watching the BS detector. We got a nice
So
recording.
as the volume pushed up to make the new high, we deviated. We actually dropped and we stayed static. See, that was such a good signal.
I'm gonna do a case study, a nice long video case study.
That's
for
a
you
good
guys with
one,
Atlas
man.
on this. You'll want to watch this. This is pretty good. Now here's the
Now,
reoffer.
hopefully, yeah, we should reoffer R3 from the underneath, and it's a lower wide range. So we could, we'll reoffer this low here, and if we find selling here, that's done. Our rolling is negative now too. So we would need to really kick this thing into gear to get buying again. Nice, Ryan Camp. That's awesome. Yes, JD. So think about it this way: when you're looking at the order book, the limit orders that are big, think of them as like floors, like first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor, right? And then the smaller orders create the stairs or the ladder that gets you to the floors. Without the ladder, it's very, very difficult to go from floor to floor, right? So we're almost always going to move in the direction of the short-term ladder, inevitably to get to the largest floors, right? So if you've got really big asks stacked above you and you have a ladder to those asks, don't argue with it. You're probably going up, right? Would you say it's good to go short now?
You might want to wait for the reoffer.
Not like now. But I mean, if you are short, I would say it was a good idea to be short. I mean, if it makes another new low, I mean, I don't know. We're just a little off of premium right now, so I would have trouble. I mean, the book looks good. We've got an ask at 190, so we could pull back to 190, but it was good
That's what I
selling.
was
I don't know.
thinking.
This feels good. I
That
think we're
week
gonna
retest of
sell.
that 190 area might be the spot,
I don't think
but
we're
other
gonna.
than that,
I don't. I think we would have to start buying again to go retest that number. So I think if this is a real sell, they're not going to be able to go that high. They'll have to sell from here. We have too much bid and we don't have enough buying to go up. And the
maybe some
ladder's
voids
actually
to
a
the
little
top
lean.
side too.
Oh, never mind. They just changed the ladder. They're gonna go up a little bit
Yeah, I
here.
just threw that on. See if it could be a weak offer though. Oh, they pulled orders there though. Not they added them back. What did they do? They pulled it again. So it's pushing
All
up.
right.
They pull the orders, and then it drops down. They put them back on. Somebody's
So
spoofing it.
we got a little short-term trend right there. So you can see they basically just came back up and they came through this little short trend. So they sucked in the bears. But let's see that if they're going to really get people, there's going to be a volume response here. If you don't see volume here, then this will probably come back down. Like I said, we're just reoffering. We haven't kicked into buying yet. But if you can see, for the most part, we've been buying very well. So this is, but it's looking like this could be a good spot to actually get short. Because the thing is the higher you get, the better the short, right? Because if you got shorted here, if you can get your stop above high of day, then, or even 191, you could be really killing it. And 191 might be where we go because 191 is this big steep downtrend. Right.
Looks like they pulled that order at 190 when we got up and then took to it. They didn't get filled. We got pulled. Who's that next 1 minute low? This is going to be interesting. Oh, big order
Yeah,
just got thrown down at 89.40. See if we get a big
nice,
rejection
Chris.
here.
Good work, man. When the market makers adds to their inventory, it means they're accumulating. Yes. Yes. So market makers do something called cost averaging, right? So market makers move the price up and down by manipulating the float, right? So what the float is the number of shares that are outstanding in the market, right? So that are just floating around, as they say, but those shares have to be somewhere, right? They're not actually floating around in the market. That's not possible. Someone always has to buy, someone always has to sell. If they're on a limit order, they're in possession of someone who is trying to sell them, right? When they throw a market order, somebody has to buy or sell that. So where's the float? The float is the account structure of your specialists, right? The only account, so a specialist is a trader, just like you are, just much bigger, and they have a different role, right? We designate specialists a market maker. That's why we call them DMMs, right? Designated market makers, right? But they're not any, they just have a different account classification. They're allowed to, kind of like how there's a pattern retail trader versus a non-pattern retail trader. We're both retail traders, but my account can do something your account can't do because I have a certain amount of money in it that says I can, right? So specialists have a similar kind of allowance. They're allowed to do things like naked shorting, right? Which is something no other account type can do, right? They can do things like, and they can hold positions in their accounts that are not an actual position, right? It's not going to be in a 401k. They're not going to earn interest on it. They're not going to get dividends on it, right? They're just holding the shares, and that is the float. So the number of shares outstanding in the market is how they move things. So if they want the price to go up, anytime somebody sells, they will buy the selling and hold it, right? This is accumulation. Anytime the market sells and the market makers are buying, this is accumulation, right? Anytime you see buying coming in and we're not going up, that means the market maker is distributing into the buying, right? So, and this stops it. And this is how market makers, for the most part, control price movement by manipulating the float. It changes the supply and demand in the market, and they can do that pretty much at will. So, I mean, I don't know who Will is or why they would do it at him, but they can. And then, so as you start, so in this instance, right, what we had happen before was we had short covering. Now, short covering is a very different beast, right? Short covering throws buys that are broker returns, right? So those buys are not going to be absorbed or adjusted, right? They're going to be sent to the broker to cover those positions. They have to be. Right. So this is why short squeezes and cover rallies can be very powerful, because you actually have actions that are forced. This is how the gamma squeeze happened, if everyone remembers the Wall Street Bets event. Right. This is because the market makers were actually contractually forced into broker returns at higher and higher prices. Right. They had to continue, they basically had to accumulate on the fly nonstop. Right. So this is what really happens here. So when we're talking about these varied things, when we're talking about distribution or that, this is what we're talking about. So right now what's going on is your market makers are absorbing sells and allowing the price to move up with any buys that are going through, or they're distributing and move. But in this instance, we're not distributing. We've actually been buying, right? So anytime someone sell, look how the sell gets absorbed. Look how the large sell is absorbed. Look how the large sell is absorbed. Look how the large sells are absorbed, right? Anytime the buy happens, big buy is sent to the book, right? Buys go to the book. Buys go to the book, book. Always moving up when we're buying, book, right? So you can tell in this moment we're accumulating, right? Accumulation always happens. We have accumulation areas, but cost averaging is always happening. If this market maker wants to buy this iceberg at 190.50, they have to do a whole lot of buying low so that they can buy that high, right? Anytime we go through a large order, it's the specialist that has to fulfill that order. They're the ones that are going to buy it. Then they need to find somebody to buy it from them, right? So they have to actually buy low so that they can buy high. Then they distribute high, right? Let the price go down. They let light buying bring it back up. And then they distribute more, which forces it down. And then the price comes back up and they distribute. And this is why you get harder action to the downside and then a lighter, faster pullback. Right. So that's why I was saying this kind of market's looking kind of bearish right now, because every time I see heavy volume on like the ES or the SPY, we see heavy selling. And then as we come back to the highs, it's very, very light. So it would seem like institutionally we're selling, but retail wise, we're still willing to buy. And that is not good for retail. Nvidia's buys right there and there just got absorbed pretty heavily. Let's look at the market and see what it's doing.
It's trying to reach
Oh,
up.
yeah. The market's still buying a little bit, and it hasn't made it to R3 yet. We have a super obvious trend. We didn't make a new high right there. Look how we're walking up the underneath of this trend right now on ES. We didn't make a new high yet, so I'm not going to use this low because we didn't make a new high. So this is where we lost trend. Look at the volume response. And now we're re-offering back up the trend line from the underneath and making an ISO pivot. Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate it. So, as we kind of start to wrap this week's session, right, I want to remind everybody basically of kind of what the schedule is because a couple people were asking. So, I am, I guess, more or less the Conan O'Brien or the David Letterman of this show.
No, you got to be Johnny.
Uh,
I want to be.
oh yeah. I'll be Carson. I would definitely be. That would be awesome.
I'd like to host with you.
So I'm here every day. I'm sorry. 11 to 12. Nathan is the dean to my Sam, as far as this show goes. He's always my backup brother. He's always here. He hangs with me every Monday and every Friday. And then if there's a day where I can't be here, he comes in and ravishes you with his expertise. We have Dr. V every single Wednesday, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I normally fly solo, or if I have a special guest, I'll bring them in on one of those 2 days. And we basically do this every single week. So it's a great opportunity to come in and chat anything you want to know about basically any aspect of equity or futures trading. I suck at options, but Nathan doesn't. So he can help you out with some of that stuff, but I don't know really anything about options. And I'm really not good at long-term stuff. I'm a true day trader. I agree, T-Chad. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your week. I hope you had some amazing trades and had a lot of fun learning this fun attritional game we call day trading. So if you have any questions, find us inside of BBT. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So much love, everybody. Thank you, my brother Nathan.
All right, brother.
Have a great one.
See you next week.